Barbara Walters announced that she's retiring from The View. Well, actually, she announced it 5 years ago, but no one could hear her over those yammering bitches. See?
You all remember our first guest from Saturday Night Live, where, among other things, he hosted the Weekend Update. Remember that? But he was so committed to doing an imitation of Bob Dole, he even took Viagra himself. That is really... Now he's the host of his very own show right here on ABC. It's called The Norm Show. Take a look.
Hearing is 3 o'clock. And don't worry, because with the help of a little oxygen, you're going to be as sharp as a tack for that review board. Oh, wow. I just remembered where I left my Lincoln logs in 5th grade.
In 1938, I killed a hobo.
So Norm, do a little Bob Dole for us.
Bob Dole?
Yeah. Would you?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, do it.
It's a kind of an old impression, you know.
It's in the news again.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, I try to work on new impressions, you know what I mean? Like fresh, torn from the headlines of the newspapers, of the journals, of the, you know.
Well, he's in today's headline. You just do a little.
But I got Liddy Dole. I'm working on a new one, Liddy Dole.
Liddy Dole.
Yeah, I do Liddy Dole.
Do Liddy Dole.
Okay. I'm Liddy Dole, running for president. Liddy Dole wants to be president. Doesn't want to work at the blood bank anymore. Wants to be president of the United States. Liddy Dole.
You got that Bob Dole?
That is Bob Dole.
No. Bob Dole says, I'm Bob Dole. This is Liddy Dole. I'm Liddy Dole.
You're sick, man.
Yeah.
Very good.
And you know how sometimes, like, when people are married for a long time, they start to sound like each other? I think that's what happened with Bob and Liddy Dole.
You are really wild. I mean, you're wild in that show, and you're wild in person.
What?
Yeah. Don't you think?
No, I think you're wild.
You hear us talking about the Friars Club roast and everything, and you know, Joy is the queen of the Friars Club.
I went to that Friars Club once. I never seen a roast or anything like that, Joy, but I went one time. I loved playing poker. I had a bit of a gambling problem for a while, and I couldn't get enough poker games, right? So this dude, he told me, you gotta go to the Friars Club, man. There's a big poker game there, right? I have to talk to 4 people here. So I go to the Friars Club. Barbara, are you listening?
Yeah.
So I'm at the Friars Club, and they tell me there's this big poker game, right? So I go there, and there's all these old dudes there, right? And they're all comics from like 50 years ago, and I don't know who the hell they are, you know? And it's not like famous comics like Milton Berle or anybody like that. It's these B-level comics from 50 years ago, you know? Like Freddie Roman and dudes like that, right? So they're all playing poker, you know? They're all playing poker. And I'm playing poker. I just want to play poker, but they're all like making jokes, you know. And every joke they're making involves me being a gay dude. You know, you know what I mean? Like they'll go, here you go, kid. Here's be like a queen. I get a queen. They go, here's a lady for the lady. And they'd all laugh, you know. And I didn't notice at first. I'm just playing cards, and all of a sudden I realized every joke is me being a homosexual man, right? So I'm not a homosexual man, as you well know. So,
He's definitely not. You're not.
Yeah, I'm not. And let me tell you something else. I would have sex with you while you were awake.
Novelty for me. Go ahead.
No, there's no story. It's just, and then I'm playing, and then all of a sudden, this old dude next to me goes, kid, just you gotta show him what you're made of. You insult them too. You know, so I'm like, oh, so there's an old dude, there's like 70 years old. So So I go, hey, there, old dude, you probably have had a few guys. I've had sex with a few guys, right? And he goes,
Well, so let's get back to the story. So that's
You know what?
Okay, so I guess you don't need a punchline.
No, you don't need a punchline. This is the new comedy,
The new
Joy.
comedians, no punchline.
If you think this one is funny, then you have to see the Norm Show. Now, I have to actually write down your character. It's a tax-evading former hockey player sentenced to community service as a social worker.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He just couldn't come up with a guy named Joe. No, it's this person here.
Yeah.
But I'm told, even with this comic timing, you can't remember your lines.
I can't memorize stuff, you know what I mean? I'm not good at memorizing. We only have 1 minute, by the way.
You can read. So what do you do?
He wasn't holding up that finger, so go ahead.
That's a
No. What do you do? Well, you weren't listening? What do you do? How do you memorize? How do you do
I can't
it?
memorize things, like, because in each script we get each week, there's like 600-700 words.
Wow.
You know? And you have to say them in order. You know what I mean?
That's really hard.
That ain't easy.
What is it like on the set of that show with you?
What is it like? Well, what do you mean?
What do I mean? Well, because you're so average.
She thinks you're wacky.
Well, I'm just saying it's hard to memorize. We're not walking around the set going, hey, you know.
What do you do?
He's being critical of us.
I love this show. This is a great show. No, what I do is I try to, like, sometimes, if you watch the show, sometimes you'll see, like, I'll forget a line.
Not just have you on, we have to watch it.
You have to watch the show, yeah.
Okay.
No, but sometimes, geez, this is a long minute. Sometimes, like, if you watch the show, you'll notice, sometimes maybe during the show, there'll be, like, sometimes, like, 20 minutes will pass where nobody will say anything. You know what I mean? Because it was my line. But there's ways to cover. Sometimes I'll just read a newspaper.
You've admitted that you're lazy. I think you've read 6 books in your life.
I've read 6.
6. What kind of a woman would be attracted to you, do you think?
Well, I have a lot of money.
Oh.
Just announced yesterday when we all pranced before the advertisers.
I met Barbara
been renewed
yesterday.
for next year's. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did.
remember?
And I have forgiven you for all those takeoffs you did on all of us very serious news people.
Oh, on the Saturday Night
On the
Live
Saturday
program?
Night Live.
You were brilliant.
What?
You were brilliant.
you're sweet.
No, you were.
You really were.
Well, tell us about your garbage collecting day.
Joy's book is great. Did you read it?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you,
That was a
Norm.
very
Thank
funny
you, Norm.
book. I really enjoyed
Joystick.
it.
Say the name of the book.
Enough already.
Joystick.
We're coming back at the last segment. We're talking hot topics, and we're going to be discussing Star Wars. Do you want to stick around and join
And
us?
action
Yeah, that'd be
figures.
great.
You're going to come back. And your minute is up. Okay, be sure to catch the Norm Show tonight at 9:30 Eastern right here on ABC. Later, Barbara's showing you her eye makeup secrets. But when we come back, find out what you do every day that can really be bad for your health. We'll be right back.
Go, girl.
Where was her? All of us sitting here instead of being at home. Anyhow, so unless you've been living under a rock, Star Wars. I do not understand why people stand in line for days and days and days. They can't see the movie in 2 weeks. I mean, they don't have jobs. In any event, so I went to see Star Wars. I have never seen any of the Star Wars, and I felt terrible about it until I learned that
I never saw
seen
it.
it.
Never saw the first
No,
one.
I never saw any of them.
No.
You never saw anything? You never wanted to see Star Wars?
No, I never liked them. I don't like those science fiction because my dad always hated them. And you know how you try to be what your dad, you try to be, you know what I mean? And I remember when I was a kid, I watched that Twilight Zone. Remember that show? And oh my God, my dad hated it because it was too fantastical, and he thought I should be doing the chores. And I remember one time, me and my brother were watching Star Wars.
My son was. Have you ever seen Star Wars?
This goes on. That's Norm.
We only have 2 more minutes.
I was just giving you a little backstory. But me and my brother were watching the Twilight Zone, and then my dad walked by, and we were watching, and we were all excited about this Twilight Zone. And then my dad walked by, and he looked at like the screen, and he said, "I suppose this one's a goddamn ghost."
Oh, well, that was funny. Okay. Anyway, we're going to give our quick review. So, I had never seen it. I thought all of the, you know, the mechanical figures and all of that, I thought that was fine, you know, but it was okay. What'd you think?
Well, I tell you, I did love the pod race. That's the best part. There's this race in the middle of it. I'm a big Star Wars fan because
What about
Harrison
Billy
Ford,
D. Williams? I bet you like him.
race back in the day with the real original Star Wars.
I hear that was better.
Yes, with my man Harrison Ford playing Han Solo. Now that was some Star Wars. Now, I have to tell you a confession, Barbara. I fell asleep for 10 full minutes in this Star Wars.
I
was watching it. What happened?
I did too.
You did?
Yeah, sort of in the middle. And you never go to Star Wars.
No, you know what? I'm not interested in
You know what
Star Wars. I'm
happened? You know what
interested-
happened when she fell asleep? Meredith's husband had sex with her.
You weren't supposed to tell. Yes? You might get a little of that if you weren't so busy fondling
what
these
are you
action
doing
figures.
with
I mean,
her?
really about No, well, you know what? There's a psychiatrist. Is it from Harvard? I think it is. Who's been studying these figures and noticed that their muscles are getting bigger, and boys have body images. They don't talk about it, but they do body image problems. And part of it is because of these action figures. They see these and they want to look like them when they get bigger.
have the same problems as girls.
So what are you doing with that poor action figure?
Oh, I'm fighting. I am Tom Glavine. I will beat you.
Did you ever have a body image problem?
Yeah,
Or do you
because I'm
now?
really, really thin, so I always wear like lots of clothes because I'm ashamed of my thinness.
No, seriously?
Yeah, look, you can put your whole hand around my wrist. See how tiny it is?
Most boys are built
That's not good
thin.
for a boy.
I mean, if you want to look like this, boys now know that if they want to look like this, they have to take steroids or turn gay. That's how you look like this.
But you're very tall.
I was going to take those
Doesn't that make up
steroids.
for it?
What?
You're going to take steroids?
Yeah. But then I found out, you know that they shrink your testicles? Did you know that?
I thought that was the fun part.
You know what? If you look at this little
you
action
guys,
figure, I'm telling you.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. Too bad. And I have to say, Norm, that speaking as you just did, you fit right into this category. And we may just add you every day to our Hot Topics. Norm, you are
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
It was a private. I don't think. I mean, there may have been cameras there, but I don't think it's going to be repeated or anything. But it was part of the Netflix Comedy Festival, and they asked me to host this thing for Norm Macdonald, and a bunch of people spoke.
And I'd like to start by telling you the very last words that Norm Macdonald spoke on this earth. He said, "When I go, they damn sure they have a memorial for me. See to it that it's part of a much larger festival promoting a streaming service. Make sure you arrange it hastily and have it early in the morning. Now, damn it, make certain that many of the tributes are on videotape and that Rob Schneider is featured prominently. And finally, hold it in a theater in some part of Hollywood frequented by male prostitutes. Norm, we heard you and we are here."
And everyone was saying really great stuff, and a lot of people were funny. But man, Kevin Ewan had the greatest line because a lot of us were talking about how brave Norm was, and he really was. He was fearless as a comedian.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Ewan gets up and he says, he's saying very funny things, and he just says, a lot of people up here are talking about how Norm Macdonald was brave in his comedy. I think of it more as a lack of judgment. I was just like, oh my God.
Hey, the great Kevin Nealon was on the show. Who's funnier than Kevin?
I can't think of anyone. Well, Nick Swartzen.
Well, I don't know.
I love Kevin. No, Kevin's
Kevin's
the best.
been around forever.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's
you know,
kind
I
of
love
a hero
Kevin.
of Nick.
Norm had that gear of not caring or wanting, like he would walk rooms. I know Larry Bubbles Brown, a friend of mine from up north. Norm worked a bit, and he could clear the room. San Jose Improv, like at least 300 people slowly walked out. So it's bravery or whatever. I worked with him at the Comedy Store once. It was just one of those nights. Bill Burr was there. It was just he just said the word cock like 200 times.
Right.
This guy's got a cock, right? And a cock. He just knew how funny it was to say that over and over and over. So, of course, the comedians love that kind of comedian. We're all dying.
Right.
But the audience kind of, where do we go with this? And he just went, there's only one Norm.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
I saw you on Conan once, and you did say, you said crack whore and midget several times.
Yeah.
So then I did do a thing, full confession. I did Norm Macdonald as an alarm clock. And it was like, this is what I was, wake up. Hey, wake up there. There's a crack whore and a midget in your bed. So I just thought that was really funny, right?
What about the other?
Hey, Mr. Thornton, man. How did you come to be on that episode of Norm Macdonald Live? Had you met him before, or what the heck? How did that happen? How'd it come about?
Yeah, I've known Norm over the years. Sure, yeah. Nice guy.
He's my favorite comic. You're one of my favorite actors.
I got to tell you, Norm is hilarious. It's hard to beat Norm.
You did that big arena tour, didn't you?
I did it's me and Sandler and Spade, Schneider, Norm Macdonald, and
How funny is Norm Macdonald?
Oh, he's amazing. Ah, what?
Who's the funniest out of that group? Like
I don't know.
Can I speak from the outside? It's weird because like one night it's him, one night it's this thing, but that's an all-star lineup right there. And Norm Macdonald is a funny motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, I just watch. I don't watch comedy. I just watch clips of Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
that's all I like.
Yeah,
I like Norm.
He's the best.
Yeah, Norm does it for me.
I haven't seen the show. I saw a couple episodes. It was pretty good.
Of the
I used to love
Netflix
that
show?
podcast.
It's the same thing, basically. Yeah.
But there's a magic to that podcast because it came out of nowhere.
Right.
You're just not expecting Norm to
It's the
have
best
a platform.
podcast ever.
That first season of the Norm Macdonald podcast was...
Yeah, it's the best podcast ever.
That's number one. Cumtown number 2. Rad Dude Cast number 3.
This is you may get annoyed at this, but this one time I was listening to a bunch of old clips of Norm Macdonald, and Norm was talking about the Death Squad. Have you heard that?
He talks about me a lot. It is so fucking
But it's
funny.
weird. It's really
so
strange. It's
funny.
like, why the fuck does Norm Macdonald? Because he was like, Death Squad. It sounds like a fucking group of fist fighters, not a comedy crew. You're like, what?
He is so hilarious.
It's interesting. Here's what it is, though. To me,
he did a Death Squad show also. So
well, he's talking shit because he likes it, right? He likes to mock things. You only mock things as a comedian that you enjoy. Like when we shit on each other, we joke around about each other's shit. It's only because we fucking enjoy each other. Otherwise, there's no way to really know if you get along with someone if you can't joke around. And I think he does that because he recognizes it. But it's like, from a distance, someone could be like, dude, he hates those guys. It's like, the fact that he knows it is even more important. To me, it's like, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, it's funny. I had a show. I did a Death Squad show in Denver at the Comedy Works. And
such a good club.
He was there like the following day. But he came early, and he was just checking out the show, and it was right before we were about to start. And I'm like, he's like, hey, what's going on here? And I'm like, hey, if you want to jump on the show, he's like, what is it? He's like, so it's Death Squad show. And he goes, what the, But he used to do it when I first told him about it. So like,
Death
I think
that sounds like a comedy.
He's so
crew.
hilarious.
Yeah,
no, I better not say that.
Say it. Don't not say it. Don't not say it. The name of this episode is going to be "Don't Not Say It."
Okay.
Come on.
One of the most funniest things about this is so mean, but one of the funniest things about Norm is like he really helped me out with my hygiene, hair hygiene.
Yeah.
Because that night when I was like talking to him, I look over to him and he had like literally a black like spite, like it looked like a bush, like a woman's 70s bush coming out of his ear hair.
He had a pussy ear?
And it freaked me out. So that night I went home to one of those like hotel mirrors that's really close up.
Right.
I look and I had like 2 of them. I'm like, oh my God, no one told me about this. And so now I've always wanted to like tell him, like,
Tell
hey,
him that he
man,
was
you
the
got,
inspiration?
like, you got like a quarter-sized bush hanging.
Well, now I hope he sees this and hears this.
I feel bad.
Yeah, the death squad guy says I got a lot of ear hair. Fuck him,
But
man.
wouldn't you want somebody to tell you?
Yeah, no, honestly, dude, most of us probably want somebody to tell us, but for the most part, we're so embarrassed about these shortcomings that you're like, please don't let me know about that fucking shit.
So now I'm freaked out about that and nose hairs.
That's funny. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
If a comedian can't take a joke about that shit, I mean, we're in deep shit.
Have you met Norm Macdonald before?
I got to work with Norm, and I guess I mean, I hope he doesn't mind if I tell him, because this is a very endearing.
Last Comic Standing.
No, I did.
Right.
I did
That
the
was
season before.
Okay.
But I got to work with him 1 week, and we.
What did you do?
Oh man, I watched every single set he did, and it was so cool. And we actually got. You know what? I already got into the story, so I got to tell. But
Let's hear it. Yeah, that's fine.
He wanted to get high.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I don't really get high before shows, but afterwards, cool. And
Sure.
he's like, no, now.
Well, when Norm Macdonald says now,
right?
You say yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
And he goes and hands me the joint, and I was like, okay. And then he hands it back for a second hit, and I was like, no thanks. And he goes, what's your problem? And I go, well, I'm just worried I'm going to repeat a joke, and I still have to go up and bring you up because the opener was on,
right?
And I was hosting. So I still have to go up there and bring you up, and I just don't. I already did some jokes earlier, and I just don't want to tell the same joke again. And he goes, "That's insane. You're an idiot. Smoke this." and so I smoked it, and then we go inside, and I'm so high. I go, "I'm just going to bring you up. I'm not going to do any time. I'm just going to bring you up." And he's like, "No, do a couple minutes." And I go, "No, please, just let me just bring you up." And he goes, "No, do 5 minutes." This guy's doing really well. Give me, take a little, do a little time in between.
You need a little buffer between comments.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, okay. So I went up there, and I was so high, I was like, I don't even remember what I said in the first half of my set, so I'm just going to tell jokes that I haven't told in years. And when I told a joke...
So you told the audience, you let the audience in on the fact that you had been...
No, the audience didn't know.
They didn't know.
So I would just tell...
Okay. Oh, so you just said that to yourself, I'm just going to do jokes I haven't done in 5 years.
Yes,
Okay.
and I walked on stage, and I would tell a joke, and then I would watch the audience, and if they laughed, I would relax and go, okay, that one down. And I did that the whole set. It was horrible. I was so stressed out, and then I just said, "Ladies and gentlemen, Norm Macdonald." And I look over to my right, and there he is walking the opposite way. and the feature turned him around and pointed him to the stage.
Over here, Norm.
That's how high we got by accident.
By accident, like you tripped on a joint. Right. But I mean,
I love the peer pressure from Norm, though. That's awesome. It's like a high school and middle school all over again.
And he's my hero, so I just, for me, that was I was a little worried about him. But then he walked on stage and he opened it up with this great bit, and he was crushing.
Right.
He was destroying, and then he got the light, and then he started to wrap it up, and he started to tell the joke he opened with, and I started to freak out. Like I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And the audience thought it was a joke. They thought he was being Norm.
Sure.
But when he delivered the punchline, and it was the same punchline, they realized he had just forgotten his joke, and they didn't laugh. They felt a little betrayed, and he walked off stage in complete confusion. And
that bit usually kills.
And then the feature goes, "You told the same joke twice, you idiot." And he goes, "No." And then he looks at me and he goes, "This is your fault." And I never got to work with them again. That was the last time I worked with Norm.
But you know what? With Norm Macdonald, though, that's Norm. He's so irreverent that
you'd almost expect it.
He can do that.
Yeah.
And all this, that's a bit in itself. I mean, look at the cauliflower joke he did on the roast of Bob Saget.
Yeah.
That bit, he purposely went up there on that roast and bombed on purpose.
Yeah.
And it was genius.
Yeah.
And have you heard that bit?
Watch Norm Macdonald roast. Who was he roasting?
It was Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
Your head looks like a cauliflower or something like that. I'm not going to do the bit, but yeah, go back and...
New songs on the radio sounding fake. Prince and Genesis for better anyway.
your favorite guests are always like the Bill Burr, Norm Macdonald. This
Yes.
might go off the rails really fast.
I
type
mean,
of guys.
yeah. I mean, Norm Macdonald, one of the great talk show guests of all time. He invented something that no, Norm Macdonald invented this amazing thing that I've never seen anybody do before or since. It's kind of like he split the atom. It was that revolutionary. Norm would come on and he would, instead of telling you a real story, like if I had you on the show and you're like, hey, Bill, you know, well, you know, and remember I was living in Chestnut Hill once, and you would tell a real story about what happened to you in your life. Norm tells old jokes as stories that happened to him.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, Norm, what are you up to? And I mean, really old jokes from like the 1920s. And he'd be like, well, Conan, I don't know if you're aware that I purchased a farm, Conan. I'd be like, really? You purchased I purchased a farm. Of course, I have 3 daughters. And I'm like, you have 3 daughters? Yeah, I have 3 daughters on the farm. One very attractive, one not as attractive, and of course the third not, kind of, well, she's ugly, Conan. She's ugly. And I'd be like, well, one day this traveling salesman comes to the farm, and he says, now, Norm, I tell you. And then it's like he's telling an old traveling salesman joke.
Yeah.
But
you know about halfway through where it's going.
I mean, I usually know. I know kind of what he's doing. I'm laughing that he has the balls to do this. I'm laughing at the audacity. So I don't even care if this joke lands or not. I'm laughing that he's committing to the fact that, no, he doesn't have a farm. He doesn't have 3 daughters. There's no traveling salesman. But he doesn't care in a way that is exhilarating and scary at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
plus, he probably has some people in the audience who are taking completely seriously, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's got some people thinking.
We call them tourists.
Yes, we call them. They're usually from San Bernardino.
Well, Norm had the greatest talk show moment in the history of talk shows with Courtney Thorne Smith.
That was epic. That was so great. And it's funny because
it's lived on. Who knew that we were going to have YouTube eventually? We could just queue it up on command.
God bless YouTube. I had no idea when those things were happening. I thought, we're talking 1993, 94. When those things were happening, I thought, what did I know? I just thought if you were up and you saw it, that means you saw you saw an amazing thing happen. And if you, and then maybe if I get to stay on the air long enough, we'll have a 1-year anniversary show, and maybe you'll see it then. But if you're not there for that, it's gone. And now I meet people, that around the world that will say, oh, I just saw that thing with you and Norm and Courtney Thorne Smith. And I'll think, that was a moment of my life when I was 30.
Yeah.
And I'm like 85 now. Like, how is that possible?
I had a bar mitzvah, Norm.
Yeah. You did?
Yeah.
Wait, are you Jewish?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I'm kidding. I love the Jewish people. No, I didn't know you had a bar mitzvah. Yeah. That's when you turn 13 and they cut part of your cock off.
No.
What is it again?
No.
You cut your own cock off.
Wait, hold on. Are you
in
Jewish?
front of all your grandparents and am I? Yeah, I am.
What kind of bar mitzvah did you have?
It was the most cutting edge. You know what I mean?
If they define a chromosome as
or a
saying
gene,
that you're gay or a gene, that would be abnormal. How would the gay community?
It wouldn't be called abnormal. It would be called different. It wouldn't be called abnormal.
Wow.
Maybe the abnormal gene would be hetero.
That's true. Hey, maybe the normal gene would be those ladies
maybe it would be normal to be gay.
That cut their cocks into vaginas.
No.
A Florida University student was caught streaking on campus and apparently told police he was on acid and asked them to cut his dick off. Boy, these kids today are crazy. In my day, we didn't need drugs. We would just cut our own dicks off.
Yeah, you didn't need no fucking acid and shit. This reminds me of your kind of joke.
All right.
Just from hearing you read jokes.
Oh, I like this. I like the theme that this one has. A man in Taiwan reportedly cut off his own penis to win an argument with his wife. That reminds me of that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond where Raymond forgot Deborah's birthday and he had to cut his own cock off. Game of Thrones, that guy's getting his penis cut off. If you guys
Everybody. Is there?
Yeah, this guy got his penis cut off.
To turn into a vagina? Fashion into a vagina?
I don't think they had medieval sexual.
Oh, that's in the old days?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
like
don't know.
medieval.
Oh.
But it'd be cool if they did experiment with genital altercations back then.
Yeah.
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer.
Isn't it weird that you can go to a doctor and go, you know how I have a cock?
Where are you going with this?
It's not real. I shouldn't have a cock.
I'm bored.
You mind cutting it? And because I've always intuitively believed that.
So the best is like when you want to go back after like 5 months. You're like, you know, I had a cock and then you gave me a pussy.
Which didn't work.
The pussy was fun. But can I get my cock back? I still have it.
Guys like you betcha. He started by cutting Yoon's penis off, leading to his lover bleeding out live on a videotape. Magnotta then went to his kitchen and placed his boyfriend's penis into a skillet, frying it until it was golden brown. While taking his last breath, Yoon witnessed his supposed soulmate feast on his genitals. After Yoon had perished, Magnotta began dismembering him, sending packages of his... I mean, this guy was a real jerk. Here we go. The final joke. Okay. Good night, everybody.
This year's most popular iPhone game is Clash of the Clans.
Clash of the Clan, the most popular iPhone game.
The least popular iPhone game, Cut My Cock Off.
Oh, my Lord. That's what you chose? Is the final joke?
You chose it!
If there was one thing that you would change about Adam Egget, what would it be?
Oh, where do I start?
This guy says your face looks like a cunt.
I can't even change that. It's not the first time I've heard that. But, I mean...
You know what I don't like is when you make those dirty drinks.
Dirty Sanchez?
Dirty Sanchez? That's what you drink?
What dirty drinks?
No, they say like...
pink pussy, and, like the pink pussy.
You don't have to be dirty, but... The guy doesn't realize there's a TV camera aimed at him.
This is like your little brother.
God damn, man.
You have such control.
And this morning, Adam Egget. Is that your name? Fucking change it.
The latest
Adam Egget telling a joke.
The latest Archie comic shows gay character Kevin kissing his boyfriend Devin. Another barrier will be broken next month when, in a dream sequence, Jughead will be show fisting Betty Crocker.
God damn, you're illiterate.
It's a show fit. No. Oh, you're right.
Will be shown.
Yeah,
Will be shown.
They forgot to write the end there. Why is it so different to find pornography about people in stable monogamous relationships?
Why is it so what?
Different.
Different? Difficult. Damn.
Start all over, and the joke still works.
Oh my God.
Michelle Obama has booked a cameo on the ABC show Nashville.
Start again.
All right.
Kids today, I mean,
You can't spell ABC.
Wow. Michelle Obama has booked a cameo on the ABC show Nashville. With this and her appearance on iCarly, I think Michelle is ready to start appearing in films. May I suggest my favorite film series, Black Ass Fuckers? It's actually...
Adam Egget told me something I didn't know. He said you worked with Red Fox on a variety.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm dying to
I
hear it.
produced Red Fox variety. You told me he just worked on it. Worked on it?
Well, that's, I mean, according to your
What do you
Wikipedia
think I was,
page.
a stagehand, you douchebag? Worked on it.
not the
Did you
first time I've been
do
called
your
douchebag
notes?
today.
Lose the douchebag.
He's talking about me.
Well, we don't know if he's talking
He's
about
clearly talking about me.
you. He is talking about you. What's the deal with that fucking douchebag? Plus some douchebag, I don't know who he was, but I'd like to punch him right in the fucking face. Adam had a question he wanted to ask you about your comedy.
Yeah, I've been chomping at the bits to ask this one. I've been thinking about it all week. Norm told me to come up with some questions for you, and I've just been dying to know, where do you get your ideas from? Well, I mean...
Nora Ephron walked off the show.
Yeah.
Right, and so did Sinead O'Connor, I think, right?
I was there for that one too.
You were there for Sinead O'Connor?
Yeah.
It was Nora Dunn, by the way.
Oh, no, I meant when Dice did it, Sinead... Yeah.
Was that the same
No,
show?
that wasn't the same show.
No, she said she didn't want to do it because Dice was performing, so they had to get a different musical guest.
This guy, you hired this guy to ruin all the interviews? No, so how about this?
Sometimes I'm beginning to worry about my short-term memory loss.
That was the... Oh.
Sometimes I'm beginning to worry about my short-term memory loss. Sometimes I'm beginning to worry about my short-term memory loss. That was it.
I thought he was talking about his first Twitter name. I was like, that's a really long Twitter name.
Real Ed McMahon over here, huh?
Ed McBoy.
What was your joke?
You had one joke?
You know, it
had
was
one.
so ridiculous. It was stupid.
What was it?
Oh God, man!
Well,
it was something like, don't take a shot from a girl at a bar because it looks ridiculous. It's never good. I think the punchline was, is this a Care Bear cum shot or something? It was really ridiculous. I don't remember it. It was so long ago, but that was the gist of it, and that's why I don't do stand-up anymore.
He can't even tell his own joke.
I mean, I'm not a good, you know.
Anything.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, it's like... Earlier this week, Aaron Jackson of Topeka, Kansas, painted his house the colors of the Gay Pride rainbow flag in direct protest of the Westboro Baptist Church. When that didn't seem to work, Jackson fucked 3 of his best buds on his front lawn.
Homophobic.
Yeah. Well, I think it shows
earlier he
solidarity.
was racist, and now he's homophobic.
Well, I think of this. Former Tennessee Titans cheerleader Elizabeth Lee Garner, 42, is accused of pulling a 12-year-old boy's pants off and offering him oral sex. The boy refused her advances not because he was 12, but because he was a die-hard Colts fan.
This is what I have to work with, you know?
Chipotle has canceled its planned sponsorship of the Utah Boy Scout event due to the BSA's ban on gay leaders and scouts. Ironic how an all-male anti-gay organization would want to put hot, thick loads of beef and sour cream in their mouth.
Okay. We get the idea. You hate gay guys. We first met, I met you underneath the Queensboro Bridge. You at the time were jerking off punks for $15 a man.
My whole family's watching, man. My grandmother.
Your family doesn't know that when you were a young man, you used to jerk off punks for $15 a man?
Here's the joke.
Holocaust denier.
Awesome.
I'm not going to hold that against you.
He doesn't believe in the whatever.
I never got to go to
He
camp.
doesn't believe in the Holocaust.
I never went to camp when I was a kid. Is that a good change of subject?
He doesn't believe that the Holocaust happened.
Do you not believe that?
I had a bar mitzvah again.
No, then he says
Why
he
would
has
you
a
have a bar
bar
mitzvah if you didn't believe the Holocaust happened?
Jesus, every time.
Was
This is the
Passover-
closest I've seen to him admitting to the Holocaust, where he said, I think people have died. He's like, 6,600,000? What's the difference? I'm like,
Well, there's a lot of difference.
there's a
Adam.
huge difference. There's something beautiful about this one.
I'm so
not
glad.
joking. I'm not being ironic.
No, I really loved it too. It was great.
Oh, that's great.
So
Too bad this guy was here.
Yeah.
You got to look into the future. It's like the word retard.
Well, yeah, hey, don't get me
That's the word-
started.
That's the word right now, because I think people have stopped saying gay meaning lame.
Yeah.
The more evolved.
And they're pissed-
However,
yeah.
the word retard is still, I think.
It's before you argue that they should stop saying retarded, I like to ask two questions. I go, number one, because you have to find out about their past. And if they answer these questions differently, I give them the different speech. I go, do you think Jew me down? Do you think we stopped it because we shouldn't have had to, but people are so PC? And if they went, no, that's horrible.
What did they say when you, hey, stop with that joint there, you're getting spit on it.
So, no, hold on a second. So most people would say that we stopped those things because it was egregious.
Yes.
I know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know.
And so you have to
trying to give
say,
you another
so
example.
if the answer is no to those things, like we stopped them because they were bad, then why do you fucking think that retarded is going to stand the test of time? I don't get why.
Just look into the past. You're all dressed up.
Yeah, they told me to dress up for Comedy Week.
Explain to the folks what Comedy Week is. You fucking retard. No, can you explain?
Not really.
Two 23-year-old women in China this week have set a record, living 12 days in a room with 888 deadly snakes. They now hold a coveted place, in the Guinness Book of World Retard. 20th Century Fox has announced that Macaulay Culkin will not be hired to star in Home Alone 3. Studio spokesman said that it was nothing personal, but with Culkin now 16 years of age, the only way to keep him in the film would be to make the character retarded. In an effort to feel smarter than somebody, Dan Quayle this week spoke to 4,000 Amway employees. Dismissed Simpson juror Jeanette Harris revealed in interviews this week that the jury is torn by dissension and is already divided into two camps, those who think he is guilty and those who are really, really stupid. In a recent interview, Christy Brinkley suggested that football players should have special gloves connected to lights on their helmets. That way, when they catch the ball, you'll know who has possession. Read these and other interesting ideas in Christie's new book, I'm an Idiot. New York Governor George Pataki this week announced a plan to cut state scholarship aid to college students who do not maintain at least a C average. Sadly, the students hurt most by these cuts will be the idiots. According to published reports, MTV News anchor Tabitha Soren has been romantically linked with journalist Michael Lewis. Soren denies the reports, claiming she doesn't have time for a boyfriend because she's too busy pretending not to be stupid. And finally, the Oscar nominations were announced this week, and Tom Hanks and Jodie Foster are in a heated competition in the Academy's controversial new category, Best Retard. When I lived in L.A., I lived on the actual street called Melrose Place. There's an actual street.
There's a Melrose. Is there really a Melrose
There's really
Place?
a Melrose Place.
Okay,
You
all
know
right.
this, right?
Yes, it's true.
So they opened a restaurant called Melrose Place on it, and then it's right beside my house. And every time I go out, there's all these retards, like tourists, and then these tourist retards, like they're always fat and they're taking pictures, standing in front of this restaurant.
Yeah.
Here's a story about Rodney, man. He was fucking guy. kept doing coke and shit, even when, you know, you get scared at some point. You stop doing drugs.
Yeah. Right.
Most humans.
Not him.
This fucker, 80, whatever he was, doing all kinds of shit. Saga told me the story, right? So he's in the hospital, and he's got a fucking brain tumor that's going to cause a heart attack, all this crazy shit, right?
Right.
So everybody's worried about him. Just leaves the hospital 2 days later, right?
Walks out on his own.
Yeah, so he's in the he's in the Comedy Store with 2 hookers, and he's waiting for Ron Jeremy to show up.
Oh my goodness!
So this is 2 days later.
Yeah.
So Saga told me he walked in, he was like completely shocked. He said, "Rodney, how you doing, man? Well, what's going on?" He goes, "How are you doing?" And Rodney goes, "How am I doing?" He goes, "I'm sitting here with 2 whores waiting for a guy who can suck his own dick. How you doing?"
Still very quick.
Yeah.
Hey, my problem is I drink too much, way too much.
Yeah.
I get my doctor a urine specimen. There was an olive in it. Hey, you kid, I know I'm ugly. I stuck my head out the window, got arrested for mooning. I know I'm ugly. I went to a freak show. They let me in for nothing. Kid, I was an ugly kid, too. How ugly? I was so ugly, my mother breastfed me through a straw. I'm ugly, I'm telling you. My proctologist, he stuck his finger in my mouth. Looks don't mean nothing, man. I got a niece, an ugly girl. She got married. She's happy. She married an ugly guy. Right. And today they got 2 very ugly kids.
Ugly kids, yes.
In fact, they're all so ugly in a family album. They only keep the negatives.
You're talking about a large person.
I mean, this girl was fat and ugly. Ooh, she ugly.
Ugly.
How ugly? I took her to the beach. They asked me what I used for bait. Ugly shit, you kidding? When I took her home, my mother put newspapers on the floor. I mean, ugly. I gave her a hickey. I got fur in my mouth. I was an ugly kid, too. I had plenty of pimples. One day I fell asleep in the library. I woke up, a blind man was reading my face. I mean, ugly. Well, when I was born, after the doctor cut the cord, he hung himself. I was talking to my doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombach. You know my doctor? Well, he told me last week in his office he got 6 cases of VD. I mean, he's all right now, you know. And my doctor, he don't help either. He told me to run 5 miles a day for 2 weeks. I called him up. I said, "Doc, I'm 70 miles from my house." I'll tell you about trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombach. You know my doctor? What a doctor. You kidding? What a doctor. I called him up. I told him I had diarrhea. He put me on hold. Oh, he's a strange doctor.
Strange doctor.
Oh, you kidding? I asked him if my heart was strong enough for sex. He told me not if I join in, you know? I'll tell you my trouble. I got the wrong doctor. You know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombach. You know my doctor? What a doctor. I called him last week. I told him, "Doc, I swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills." He told me to have a few drinks and get some rest.
Life's not easy.
Not easy. You
Not
can't trust
easy.
doctors either. They're all mixed up. You
really
kidding?
think so, huh?
My proctologist used to be a photographer.
Yeah.
Hey, he took x-rays, told me to bend over and say cheese. Oh, one time I saw him, he gave me sleeping pills. He told me to take them whenever I wake up. When you know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boombach. Know my doctor? What a doctor. He's really mixed up. He grabbed my knee and told me to cough and hit me in the balls with a hammer. I mean, last week was rough. Are you kidding? Last week I looked up my family tree. 2 dogs were using it. I mean, when I was a kid, it was different. I had it rough. When I was 2 years old, my parents got a dog, and I was jealous of the dog. So they got rid of me. My wife, I got no sex life. The dog keeps watching me in the bedroom once I learned how to beg. I told him to watch my wife and learn how to roll over and play dead. I tell you, I'm sorry. I was a little late getting here tonight. You know, my dog, he started trouble again. I mean, I got a dog. He tries to run the whole house. Well, the other night, he started trouble. He went over the front door. He started to bark. I went over. I opened the front door. The dog didn't want to go out. He wanted me to leave. Well, my dog, too. She gives me trouble.
Your dog?
Yeah. I got a female dog, you know. I tried to mate her. She wants 50 biscuits. And I tell you, I got a dumb dog, too, my dog. We call him Egypt. Every room he leaves a pyramid. And my wife, I got no sex life either. Well, in my house, we put the mirror over the dog's bed. Are you kidding? I know I'm ugly. My dog found out we look alike. He killed himself.
How many kids you had?
I got 2 kids. I love my
Yeah,
kids.
you know, I know
love
that.
my kids, of course, but our boy gives me trouble lately.
Yeah, really?
He's at the age now he copies everything. He sees something, he copies it, you know. This kid imitates everything.
Yeah.
That's why we got rid of the dog.
You all right? No, they're very impressionable at that age.
The peculiar feeling is your son standing there with one leg up.
Yes.
This afternoon, my wife cracked up the car again. I was out driving her. She told me she was going to make a U-turn. I'll tell you the letter she made. You'll never find any out there. My wife can't do nothing right. She can't cook, the worst cook in the world. Gave my kid alphabet soup. He spelled out help. What a lousy cook. I mean, how can toast have bones? She's a lousy cook, too. She can't cook at all. I leave dental floss in the kitchen, the roaches hang themselves. And I tell you, my wife, she can't cook either. My house, we pray after we eat. I bought a pressure cooker. Now I eat off the ceiling. What a lousy cook. I don't think meatloaf should glow in the dark. I mean, if she can't cook at all, my backyard, the flies chipped in to fix the screen door. I tell you, my wife with eating, there's always problems. She's a strict vegetarian. In fact, when I met her, she was grazing on the front lawn. I mean, she can't cook at all. She made chocolate mousse and antler got stuck on my throat. What's really annoying with my wife, the way she serves a meal.
Serves badly?
Terrible.
No.
I mean, you put down a steak.
I'm not a rock star, baby, I'm a writer, say no. Ain't got no drugs.
I tell you, I'm all right now, but last week I was in rough shape, you know? Yeah, last week my wife signed me up for a bridge club. I jump off next Tuesday. I mean, last week nothing went right. I bought a waterbed. There were 2 Cuban guys swimming in it looking for Florida. Oh, well. And last week I went to the track, too. That was a beauty. They shut off the opening gun. They killed my horse. I'll tell you, nothing works out. My car broke down again. I got a car, I got nothing but trouble. Every Sunday I take my family out for a push. The last time my wife drove the car, she cracked it up, went into a tree. Told me it wasn't her fault. She blew the horn. My wife isn't too smart, you know. One night she went out, some guy stole the car. I said to her, just see what he looked like. She told me she got the license plate number. Oh, she's not smart at all. I told her our kid is spoiled. She told me a lot of kids smell that way, you know. I tell you, it's tough to stay married to my wife. How do you think I feel? She kissed the dog on her lips and she won't drink from my glass. I mean, there's always some. My wife's father, he just moved in too, has electronic pacemaker. Every time he sneezes, the garage door opens. I'll tell you, life isn't easy. My psychiatrist told me I'm going crazy. I said to him, if you don't mind, I'd like a second opinion. He said, all right, you're ugly too. Are you kidding? I know I'm ugly. Halloween, I open the front door, kids give me candy. My dog found out we look alike. He killed himself. I was an ugly kid, too. I worked in a pet store. People kept asking how big I get. Too fast for this whole section over here. And I was ugly in my sandbox. The cat kept covering me up all the time, you know? You know, what a childhood I had. My mother never breastfed me. She told me she liked me as a friend. Kids today is different. They got it too good. They don't appreciate it either. Last Christmas, my kid wanted a BB gun. I gave him a BB gun. He gave me a sweatshirt with a bullseye in the back. Smart kid I got. The other day, I told him about the birds and the bees. He told me about my wife and a butcher. I tell you, my whole life is pressure. Nothing but pressure. This pressure is like a heaviness. Always on top of me, this heaviness since I'm a kid. Other people wake up in the morning, new day, up and at 'em. I wake up, the heaviness is right there waiting for me. And sometimes I even talk to it, and I say, hi, heaviness. And the heaviness looks back at me, today you're going to get it good, you know. You'll be drinking early today. And I don't want to drink, I'm a bad drinker. When I drink the next day, I got to do 2 things. I try and locate my car, and I got to bring back the car I took. I'm a bad drinker. You know the trouble with me? I appeal to everyone who can do me absolutely no good. With me, nothing comes easy. I met the Surgeon General. He offered me a cigarette. I mean, that's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect at all. Are you kidding? This afternoon, I was at BB2 this afternoon. I was in a bar. They told me to get out. They wanted to start the happy hour. It's not easy being me. Well, last week my house was on fire. My wife told the kids, be quiet, you wake up daddy. No, but I'll tell you, I finally got some respect. They asked me here tonight, you know. And I'll tell you, I'm surprised I'm here. I mean, I voted for Randolph Scott. Got a cigarette, okay? You don't mind, do you? You should give that up. I got a crazy doctor told me to keep smoking if I want to stop chewing gum, so what the heck? How long do you expect to be in Shanghai?
What kind of computer do you have?
It's a Mac, Norm. It's a Mac.
Mine's a Dell. I like a Dell.
I know, we covered that. There's one piece here I thought you might find interesting. Is Joan Rivers. You were talking about some old
Joan
comedians.
Rivers.
She's old.
She's old, but she's great.
Just kidding.
Still great. Yeah, still great. But she makes her living, you know, lambasting celebrities.
What did she do?
She
Lamb what?
You know, basting.
Lambasting?
Basting. Yeah. Celebrities and.
We might want to put a hard thing over the A.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's
I'm
all
trying to
right.
rush through this. We don't have a lot tonight.
All right, we'll spell it all phonetically from now on.
I did that with one of the guys' names here.
Okay, we'll get to it.
She lambasted Adele.
I love
the
Adele.
British
Have you ever
pop
heard Adele?
singer Adele.
I heard it for her, and I
Voice like a
great pipes
She has great pipes.
and lungs too.
Oh, she's a good singer. Yes.
and lungs too.
Rivers.
Would only work if she was a pipe smoker. What? Okay, good.
Anyway, Joan Rivers, she called Adele, who's 24 years old, chubby while visiting David Letterman on The Late Show.
Oh.
And wisecracked. She sang live and said, my throat, I don't know if I can swallow. And I said, oh, you can swallow.
Oh, come on.
What is her song? Rolling in the Deep? She should add fried chicken.
This is what she said on Letterman?
This is what Joan Rivers said on Letterman about Adele. Rivers didn't back down from her comments, though she revealed Adele confronted her about it. She's a chubby lady who's...
Okay, I don't want to hear any more of this. Because Adele is one of my most favorite people.
Really?
Well, she's talented, she's rich, and she's almost as fat as me. I like, you know, I'm a big fat guy now. I don't want to be seen with thin ladies, you know. Then people will think it's... But, you know, look, I know it's wrong to objectify women. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But in our sexual fantasies, I think we do, as men, objectify women, don't we? Like I always think of Adele, like down on her hands and knees with an apple in her mouth.
So, but that's better.
Better than what?
That's objectifying her.
Yes, I'm saying I think we do that as men.
Okay.
We objectify women, don't we?
Yeah.
What? Don't we? I like Adele. Is there anything wrong with that?
Hey, I like the ladies.
I like Adele. I like a woman who knows her way around a funnel cake.
I thought the joke was...
What about Josie?
How about the joke should be, Adele is mad at Joan Rivers and crushed her. Tipped over and fell on her. Hey, don't mention that name.
I would love to see Adele in concert.
Oh, I thought that was a sexual...
Oh, no. I'd also love to see her on my toilet eating a Reuben.
No, I like chunky women because they're accessible. I don't like have crushes. Oh, the Playboy centerfold. Ooh. I like to fantasize someone either I've been with or who tells me they're wet. You know,
Kathy Griffin.
And they're fat.
Yes, because
So you're like me, but you're thin still.
I got a gut.
You got a gut, isn't it weird? Because I used to be thinner than, I'm not thinner than you, but about the same.
I know,
when
we
was
never
young.
thought we'd go, is this fat-free? Or
Yeah.
Well, I was so skinny growing up, not a joke, but I used to want to go to, my fantasy was I'd go to sleepaway camp, be 300 pounds, and no one would recognize me. It's really sucked being skinny. It was no joke. I'm
Maybe
being serious.
if you're thin, that's why you're attracted sometimes to fat women.
No, you know what the thing is? Now it's cool to be thin. You're a brooding, Rick Ocasek animator. Yeah, you have your head. You know, you know what I mean. Now it's cool.
Nowadays, it's cool to Rick Ocasek.
Still hip.
I'm like this dad who he's 60 but he thinks he knows references. I could mix it up with the kids. I know Marilyn Manson and I know about anime.
Holy shit! Your dad knows about anime?
No. My friend who's 60.
I went to see an Adele concert.
And there was only room for 3 people in the back.
Oh, come on.
Meaning she takes up the. No, But that's what he does. He makes shocks outrage, and then he does fat jokes.
No, I'm not doing fat jokes.
Well, he genuinely would like to see
all I
you.
said was I went to see an Adele concert.
Oh.
And what's the joke?
There's no joke. It was disappointing.
Why?
Because she sang a song and the concert immediately stopped.
Why? Because of the occupancy limit?
No,
That was one of my
it's not over
thrills.
till when the fat lady sings. I think.
I thought it could be 80 or more people is dangerous and unlawful. And I thought, meaning
Oh
she
my
took up 80
God.
of them.
You are something else. I thought.
Texaco Oil, reeling from the public outcry over racist remarks made by some of its top executives at a tape-recorded meeting, today announced a dramatic change in company policy. No more tape-recorded meetings. 4 Wisconsin men have been charged with felony hate crimes after burning a man's buggy simply because he was Amish. If convicted, the men face up to 25 years in prison. But furious Amish leaders say that is not enough. They want the dunking wheel. In the course of his summation, Cochran also brought up Detective Mark Furman, calling him a, quote, genocidal racist, and comparing him to Adolf Hitler. Furman later responded, after all the things he said about me during this trial, it's a little late to start sucking up now. Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan has accused the national park system of racism, claiming the agency deliberately undercounted the number of participants at his Million Man March. A spokesman for the Park Service denies the charge, saying, quote, our estimate is based on state-of-the-art aerial photography. We stand by our number. Heil Hitler. Last week, as Pat Buchanan announced his decision to run for president, several people jumped on stage chanting, Buchanan is a racist. As security began to wrestle them from the stage, Buchanan stopped them and said, let them continue, that's my slogan.
Now, what do you think about this dog, the bounty hunter? Have you been following that at all, Norm?
Oh, that guy, I mean, to me that sounds racist. But like you gotta remember that even though that is a racist comment, listen, man, we've all known bounty hunters in our time, you know, and they have that thing like curse like a sailor. Well, that could go for bounty hunters just as well. They just chose sailor. Those guys. I mean, they're not like you or me, you know?
No, they're bounty hunters.
If you choose that as your career, you know, you're a bounty hunter. Listen, some salty language is not going to be as... You may as well just be a longshoreman. No, there's nothing worse than bounty hunting.
Norm, you're a genius. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Anything else you want to lay on the listeners before we leave today?
That was funny, that bounty hunting thing. Seems like he's going to get a pass on it, right?
I don't think so, Norm. I think he's in trouble.
Are his bounty hunting days over?
Where's he go from there?
We can't keep you on. I'm sorry, but, you know, you have to... You know, you have a public image of hunting down criminals in their hotel rooms, diving at them in the middle of the night and beating them up. We can't have you saying racist things on the television. I don't know.
All right, Norm, I'm going to put some oxygen on my face here and recover. You're going to be on every Friday now?
Yeah, that'll be fun, right?
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'll feel like you're Pete Barbuti.
For beauty. No, stop. Chuck Mangione references too far behind.
Yeah.
Thank you, Storm and Norman. We'll talk at you down the road. This is the Dennis Miller Show.
Having less money or having or not having less money is not a product of your nature. It's that you don't have the money because the white people don't give you the money.
It's actually supportive of black people to say that, actually.
707
Of course
says...
I'm supportive of black people. I'm in
Wow.
a room of
You're saying
racists.
that to have justice,
Oh
we should
my
all
God!
have equal,
The 415. Do you want to keep him for the next segment? At this point, I'm not sure. I'm finding Norm to be somewhat on the offensive side.
You know what, though? I love that he's saying all this stuff and then looks over with a big smile.
I know,
and
big smile. He's like, oh man, they're going to talk about this all day.
Well, I didn't know that everyone. I thought San Francisco was a little more open than.
No, San Francisco actually
They're
isn't. No, they're not racist.
You gained
weight.
gained a lot of weight, so
did you. I gained 45 pounds.
I was going to say something, actually.
What?
Well, I thought you'd been gaining some weight.
Yeah, I gained 45 pounds.
Are you okay? Yeah, what's going on?
No, I'm going to lose it though. Yeah, it's the heaviest I've ever seen. And since I've gained it, I sweat like a
you sweat like
a whore in church. I don't mean to be
what?
I don't mean to be filthy, but
a whore in church.
Yeah, she's nervous, so she sweats because
sweating like a Chris Dorner in a Big Bear cabin.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'm just.
That's racist.
Are you familiar with the Tinder app?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. So I'm on there.
God, look at you.
Huh?
I like when he goes, are you familiar with the Tinder app? It's like Ted Levine.
Everybody says that. I do. I sound a lot like Buffalo Bill.
Your name is?
Oh, Jack Gordon.
Mr. Gordon. Good. Well, Frederica used to work for Mrs. Lippman. Did you know her?
No, Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
I'm on there. I matched with this one girl. She's like young and very attractive.
I'm a 4 too.
We start talking. She's texting me at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? She's like, oh, I'm bored and I wish I had some weed. You want to come over? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And she's sending pictures of her. Oh, maybe we'll have fun. And I'm like, and so at this point,
what were the pictures?
It was like her bent over with no, clothes on and stuff. And I'm like, but at this point, my cock's making the decisions. Anyway.
Tell me.
And so I call my friend, and then she's like, yeah, just can you bring a C note? Well, I have a roommate that sells
$100 bill.
$100 bill, and we'll go get some weed, and you can come on. And I'm like, yeah, am I getting mugged? I called my friend. He said, put the phone number into Facebook, and you can see who the person is.
The fuck up.
Yes, so I put the phone number into Facebook, and the profile comes up. It's this black guy in a ski mask in all the pictures.
It doesn't matter what race he was, man.
So
As a matter of fact, I don't know how he knew he was black. He's wearing a ski mask.
Well, you can tell. So I head over there. No, I know. You can tell.
I know.
No,
I've never heard his view on African Americans till this very show. That's interesting that you got that out of him.
Plenty of black friends.
Plenty of black friends.
Dated a black woman for months. No, I'm not a racist.
If you're a racist,
oh yes,
it's not illegal, but you can't work.
If you're a racist, you can't work.
Well, Donald Sterling, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think there's any correlation?
He doesn't have to work.
No, he doesn't.
$10 billion.
No, but a serious question, though.
Yes.
If a man has a job and he is a racist, should the job be taken away from him?
No.
Okay.
But his fellows should.
Good news for him.
Yeah.
Not a racist.
Here's actually a joke about Donald Sterling.
Oh, good. All the charities that Donald Sterling donated millions of dollars to are giving the money back to him. Well, that'll show him. It's not bad.
Two businessmen bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million. They are very excited with their purchase, as this is the only legal way to own black people. Now that is here, and I read that.
Well, you're not there. You know how businessmen are racist?
They are.
Yes, it's them being racist.
They
not
are.
You.
The two businessmen that bought the Milwaukee Bucks for $550 million are racist, according to this.
They're fine, man.
Do you have any other color jokes? I mean, he's just blue and yellow.
Did you just say, do we have any other colored jokes?
I knew you were going to say that.
Fucking Jimmy the Greek over here. I don't want to.
Jimmy the Greek.
How about Jimmy the Greek gets kicked out for being a racist? Meanwhile, they call him the Greek. On TV. Jim.
Is that what you said their neighbor was? Jim Ping?
That is my neighbor. A nice fella.
Nice guy?
Let me his abacus
I want to do
yesterday.
this.
Jesus.
Oh, come on. That's not a Chinese guy.
I wasn't saying it was.
That was kind of
What are you,
racist.
Mickey Rooney?
Hey, come on.
I know he's dead,
Have
but
a little
Mickey Rooney
respect.
did a very racist thing, like you just did, in a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's by the wonderful Truman Capote.
I wasn't doing anything racist, and you know it. But go ahead.
If you don't stop at that pornographer right this minute, I'm going to go to the police department.
You know what I read today?
Yeah,
in the
what?
Inquirer, that Michael Richards was attacked at that pink yogurt place.
Oh, he was attacked?
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing that's sort of scary. Is first of all, Mel Gibson has a career that he could hurt. Michael Richards doesn't really.
Wait a minute, Norm. I believe Super Dave was going to tell a joke there. I'm kind of.
I'm sorry. I thought it was really
No. What it seemed to me that he was going to say something because he didn't. He wasn't being serious. Then you said some. Super Dave, was there a joke there?
No, Norm. No. I was telling the truth.
Okay.
That I read where he got these punk kids ran at him and slammed his car and everything, tried to turn it over, and he ran away.
Right.
Yeah, because I'd be very frightened because like. Mel Gibson, if you make fun of Jewish people, then it's not like you're in danger. But
what?
If you're driving
What did you
around,
say?
You heard him.
Oh, hey, here's the thing, and I'm going to say it again.
This is a very funny thing that happened. Marlon Brando, remember, said that Hollywood ran. The Jewish people ran Hollywood.
That's right.
Yeah, but Marlon Brando.
And then he had to apologize.
Marlon Brando
and they let him work.
Say anything. Marlon Brando lived.
Well, listen to Norm Macdonald and Super Dave argue about the Jews.
Marlon Brando lived behind a cardboard cutout.
What?
He lived behind a cardboard cutout. He was 900 pounds. So he could basically say anything.
No, but don't you think Michael Richards would be kind of in peril? And
well, but I don't think he had a career.
No, I'm saying just physically.
Hey, did you cut us off?
I didn't.
Are we just talking?
Yeah, you guys.
We're not even on the radio.
You haven't been on for the last hour, but it's great.
So great. I haven't talked to Norm in about 3 weeks.
Jonathan, don't you think that Michael Richards may have his life sort of in danger?
Yes.
No, I would move to either Tucson or Idaho.
Yeah, or Wisconsin.
Why, is Wisconsin good too?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You mean like just a shack in the woods or something?
Or Boston. He could move to Boston.
Yeah. Stay hard. Yeah.
Wait a second.
No, wait.
Do you know the joke about B.B. King's wife?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
B.B.'s having a birthday, so she wants to surprise him, so she goes to the tattoo parlor. She says, put a B on one cheek and a B on the other. So the guy does it. She goes home. B.B. comes home. She opens the door, bends over, drops her shorts, and says, surprise! He said, who's Bob?
Oh, that's racist.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. The one and only Super Dave Osborne and his joke about
Yeah, sell that to Michael Richards, man.
Why,
Wow.
that's not a racist joke.
Yeah, sure it isn't.
Who's Bob?
Yeah, you know, that's the way you want to broadcasting and stereotypes, 97.9
I'll tell you what,
FM.
let's do it this way.
Yeah.
Bob Hope's wife goes to a tattoo parlor.
No, but you chose an African American.
Well, but Bob Hope is dead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And she says, put a B on one cheek and a B on the other. She comes home. Bob Hope comes home. She bends over, pulls her pants down, and he faints.
Now, Bob Hope is dead.
Yeah, I know.
Bring me the body of the great Bob Hope. If he struggles a lot, tie him up with a rope. If he smells a bit, wash him down with soap. Just bring me the body of the great Bob Hope.
Bring Me the Body of the Great Bob Hope, another song by Super Dave Osborne and Norm Macdonald. They've collaborated together on a great new CD, Music from Dead People. Want to hear
Guy
something?
comes home with a duck under his arm.
Oh, shut
Wife
up.
opens the door.
Yeah.
She says, where the hell have you been? He says, this is the pig I've been screwing. She said, it's not a pig, it's a duck. He said, I'm not talking to you.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Super Dave, Norm Macdonald. You know
Why did you make her African American in that joke?
Yeah, why did you say? You heard him because you're racist. He said you're racist. He said, why did you make it an African American in your joke? That's what you like to do, don't you? Super Dave.
Hey, don't you feel sorry for Michael Richards, really, though?
All right, goodbye.
If you were Michael Richards and you were in that situation and
That word.
and you said those things, what would you have done next?
Well, I think what he did was panic and start pretending he was Lenny Bruce. Like, you know, because he said that word and everything, and then he said, that word, it still has power.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did this.
But no, I mean after the incident itself.
Oh, I would move to Idaho. Ketchum, Idaho.
Okay.
The only people nowadays can afford live-in help are rich people and Jews.
Not all Jewish people are rich.
I never knew one that wasn't.
Do you know that in many countries, England, for instance, there is a law that says whatever two consenting adults do in private is their own business?
Listen, this ain't England. We threw England out of here a long time ago. We don't want no more part of England. And for your information, England is a fag country.
What?
I think that, if God had meant us to be together, he'd have put us together. Well, look what he's done. He put you over in Africa. He put the rest of us in all the white countries.
I think most of the audience was laughing with Archie Bunker. Of course. A lot of people were laughing with Rob Reiner. You know, the liberals and the conservatives. Yeah, Archie, you tell them.
Well, I think if you were neutral, you would agree with Archie because he was the funnier guy, the lovable guy, and he usually won the argument.
Yeah, and Rob had the beard.
And he was strident.
Yes.
Or maybe we're just racist.
There was only one man in town who could make people afraid of him even from beyond the grave. And that man was Richard Chubby. Because with Big Chubby gone, there was only one person to take over the family business. His son, Little Chubby.
Back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Norm and I were hanging out in his office one day playing a game where you had words and you had to do an impression of somebody saying the same sentence. And he did Burt Reynolds doing it. And we go, oh, well, there we go. So how can we get Burt Reynolds on TV?
And then one time I was talking to Burt Reynolds and he said he wanted to come on the show while I was doing Celebrity Jeopardy and then punch me in the face and take over. And then he'd be even stupider. But then I got fired, so he couldn't do it.
The sketch that you got on the air, and you say in your book, hey, you know, I didn't originate this sketch. I kind of stole this sketch with permission. But the famous Jeopardy bit.
Yes, Jeopardy sketch.
Where you play Burt
yes,
Reynolds,
yes.
And you say Will Ferrell was key to that sketch because he played such a great Jeopardy host.
Yes.
But that thing was one of the most popular sketches. And you pitched that, but you admit in your memoir that, hey, that's something I got from SCTV.
Yeah.
And I waited till Martin Short was a guest on the show, and I pitched it and said, can we do the Jeopardy thing?
Yeah. They did a sketch on SCTV when I was a child called Halfwits, and it was Alex Trebek was in the sketch because he was a Canadian, and it was. It was just these kids. It was when two schools would fight each other, and so it was real stupid. So I always loved that show, and I said, Celebrity Jeopardy, they always ask such easy questions, and the celebrities are all so stupid. It would be great to do it. Unfortunately, they've already done it, and I feel like I shouldn't just steal a sketch.
Right.
So when Mr. Short came to do the show, who later became my friend, I said, who wrote that sketch? And he said, Eugene Levy. And I said, maybe we could phone him, and
get permission.
Get permission. And so he said, yeah, we'll do a conference call. And I said, no, I'll phone, I'm a man, you know.
Yeah.
So I phoned Eugene Levy, and I asked him. I told him the whole sketch. I said how much I loved the first one, and I asked permission, and he was kind enough to give it to me.
There was no better show than SCTV. That was unbelievable,
oh my God,
right?
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Why does Turd Ferguson? Why does Burt Reynolds hate Alex Trebek?
You know what's funny is I wrote that sketch because on Saturday Night Live you have to do impressions once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do impressions, you know. But I do like 4 or 5 guys from when I was a kid that I liked, you know. Like Letterman I liked, so I could do an impression of him. And when I was a little kid, Burt Reynolds used to be on The Tonight Show, and he was like the funniest guy ever. So I wanted to do Burt Reynolds, but I couldn't figure out how to put him in anything.
Right.
And so I wrote the sketch Celebrity Jeopardy so I could do my Burt Reynolds. And then when it comes time to tape it, like Lauren told Costume to have a white hair for me and a white beard. And I'm like, no, Lauren, I don't do Burt Reynolds. I do Burt Reynolds from the 1970s, from Smokey and the Bandit.
Because that didn't make sense either. Nobody knew why. Why was it 70s?
I know, it made no sense. But it's funny, like you say, Turd Ferguson, because on one of them I go, Burt Reynolds goes, you know, that's not my name, you know, to Alex Trebek, you know, and he forces himself to be called Turd Ferguson. He forces Alex Trebek to call him Turd Ferguson.
Right.
So anyway, somehow that caught on with some people. So still to this day, like sometimes I'll be walking down the street and the guy will go, "Hey, turd!" And then I go, "Thank you," and then everyone else goes, "What?
What is going on?
What kind of universe is this?" Hey, you worked with Burt Reynolds.
Yes, I did work
on
with
the
Burt Reynolds.
TV show. Right?
Yeah, on Evening Shade. Yeah.
Do you have any crazy Burt Reynolds stories?
He did hit me one time live in front of an audience, and I couldn't breathe and I couldn't say my lines.
Slap?
He hit me with an open hand, but in the lung, and he's got arms like Popeye, you know, those big forearms. And in the thing, I'm supposed to hit him. I'm supposed to slap him on the back and say something which pisses him off or whatever. And I come out there before the live audience, and when we rehearsed it, he said, "I'm an old stunt man, so hit me as hard as you can." And I guess I hit him really hard because his natural reaction, I guess, was to hit me in the lung, and I couldn't talk, and they had to sort of suspend the big show for a few minutes while I got my breath back.
I wanted Burt Reynolds on the show, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want him. He's crazy." And I'm like, "No, I don't want you. I want him." Like, I kind of wanted a crazy guy. Which is what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about.
Oh, yeah. Burt
was
Reynolds,
this notion of
he is
crazy. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds.
But he's
I remember
funny.
one time he caught his hair on fire when he was over.
On the lot.
Yeah, he was he came over and he had caught his hair on fire. I don't know how. Like, we're like, "Oh, you better go to the doctor. You've got a big friggin' hole in your scalp."
Because Roseanne's show was on the Radford,
right
along
behind.
with Seinfeld and Evening Shade. And I remember hearing a story, all his stories about Burt. And he would go on his hiatus, he'd go away and hire people for the show. And then people would show up, quit their job, you know, in whatever bar he just found them in.
That's great.
And they'd come and go, "We're ready to work." And he'd go, "What?" And they'd just pay him off. And the guy'd have to go home. But can you imagine that? Like you're in your little town and Burt Reynolds shows up at your candy store and offers you a job.
That's kind of, what was he thinking?
I don't know. But I think he had some, you were talking about you had OCD. He must have had some crazy stuff. I met Burt Reynolds, though, which was an amazing...
Was he pissed? Because he doesn't have a big sense of humor, does he?
You know what Burt Reynolds loves to do is slap you in the face really hard.
Yeah, he's like one of those masculine guys. He's punching you, you know.
But no, he was real nice to me. And
did he slap you?
He told me really funny stories. He told me he was in Deliverance, you know, which I loved. You know, he said, I used to do my own gags. Gags, I guess, are like stunts. He was a stunt man.
Yeah.
And so he said, they had this gag and where I went over waterfall.
And what, a car or something?
No, he just fell, this wasn't
he just falls off a waterfall.
Bandit. This was like Deliverance. They were in the middle of
Right.
So he says, I'll do the fall. We don't need a We don't need a stuntman. Frankenheimer says, no, we need a stuntman. He goes, nah, we don't want that. He goes, okay, well, we'll just use a dummy. We'll just throw a dummy over, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, no. So Frankenheimer's idea was just to throw a dummy over, and Burt Reynolds said, no, absolutely, I'm going to do it myself. So Burt Reynolds says he does it, and he said he did, you know, he said some term I'm not familiar with, you know, I do a half bike or something like that. He said his shoulder immediately hit a rock, then his head hit another rock.
Oh, God.
And then he said, the next thing you remember, he's way downstream, all his clothes had been torn off him. And he looked up and he was just like in shock, right? The next thing he remembers, he's waking up in a hospital.
Yeah.
John Frankenheimer is at his bedside. And he goes, then I said to John, how'd it look, you know, on the dailies? And John Frankenheimer said it looked like a dummy falling off a clock. So that made me laugh.
So he does have a good sense of humor.
He has a very good sense of humor.
And did Burt smack you around a couple of times just to show you where it was at?
So what was the first sketch that you ever got on, or what was the first written material that you ever got on the show?
I wrote a sketch for the first show because Burt Reynolds had just was on Larry King Live and was kind of famous at the time that because he was in a contentious divorce with Lonnie Anderson, and he was wearing this crazy purple suit on Larry King Live, and he announced, I will, you know, Lonnie Anderson is lying, and I will get her on this show with you, Larry, and we'll both take truth serum. And I was like, truth serum? What? Is that even a real thing? So it was so funny. And then so I wrote a sketch where they both drank like from beakers of truth serum, you know. And Lauren did not care for it. It opened the show, you know. It was like a big hit at the table. What's his name did Burt Reynolds? Phil Hartman. Oh, wow. It was Phil Hartman and Jan Hooks. And it just... the next week, Lauren like pointed to it as the example of what we should not be doing on the show. He said it was just the, you know, he calls things Carol Burnettish, you know, which is the ultimate insult. He said it was just the most Carol Burnettish type of sketch. But I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know. And he let me do it. It got all the way to the air. He chose it, and he put it on first. Not my fault.
I love the Burt Reynolds impression you do. So a bit about A, like the genesis of it, B, has Burt, have you met Burt, has he commented, and just while I have this, over the 41 years of SNL, I'm wondering, besides Farley, going back to day one, who are the players that really you most admire and maybe shaped anything?
Well, when I was a kid, I liked, my favorite was Dan Aykroyd about 9 Miles. I always wondered why Chevy was the star, because I thought, God damn, Dan Aykroyd can do anybody, and he's so funny and stuff. And the reason I want to do Burt Reynolds, because I loved him when I was a kid. I don't really do impressions, but guys who I really like, I can do. And guys that are funny, it's kind of a cheat, but you know, you do an impression of them, and then you're funny because they're funny. Do you know what I mean? So I always used to watch him on the Tonight Show, and I said, I gotta get him a sketch. So then I stole this sketch called Halfwits from Second City, and I turned that into Celebrity Jeopardy. And I felt really bad for stealing the sketch. And so I waited until Martin Short was coming on. And I said, Martin, can I do this sketch? You know, I stole it from Halfwits. And then he said, oh, I didn't write it. Eugene Levy wrote it. So then I had to phone Eugene Levy and ask him. And he was a gentleman about it and said that I could do it. But then when I did it, you know, Lauren picks out the wardrobe. He had like this gray hair and gray beard and stuff. And I was like, no, I want to play it like in the 70s. It's kind of odd, but all the time I did it, nobody ever commented that the 3 celebrities, one of them was from 50 years ago. Oh,
Oh, Bert, yeah, no, I met him, and goddamn, that guy was funny. He was telling me the funniest stories, and yeah, he wanted to, he said he wanted to, this is a story he told me. He said, you know, he get all these girls when he was young, you know, he was so handsome and everything. He said one time he was in a hotel, and there's this beautiful blonde, and she said, like, just come up to my room, you know, have a lot of sex. So he goes up to her room, and they're kissing on the bed and stuff, and then he said she whispered in his ear, and she said, I'll be right back. I have to take a dump. So he ran away. Most of us would run away, but he could just get the next girl to met.
You know who Jonah Hill is?
Huh?
Do you know who Jonah Hill is?
Yeah, the actor, the little fat kid.
Yeah. How about this for a joke?
He's a friend of Tatum O'Neal.
Good God, you're down. Channing.
Jonah Hill says his heart is broken over the fact he was caught on camera calling a photographer a gay slur. And speaking of things that are broken, Jonah Hill's chair. A nice statement.
Yeah, it's more of a comment. Imagine if you're with the porno lady, you're like, what about this? You like this? And she's like, yeah, my husband invented it. You're like, oh. Because you know how you think you got your own moves?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been with a porn star?
No, I never would do it because I wouldn't want to pull out my measly...
wiener?
Yeah. Because like, what's she going to pretend? She's like, oh, ouch. You're like, what? What about that thing I saw you in last week with that?
Is this a good surprise for you guys or a weird surprise that Norm
I'm such a big fan of Norm's, man.
It's the first time you guys have met this morning, right?
Yeah. So
Jonah,
I'm so psyched. That's awesome.
When I knew you were coming in, I started thinking of the serious stuff, and I got to tell you about one thing. Superbad.
Yeah.
I'm 48 years old.
Yeah.
I go see Superbad, and the characters, your character and the other character, the main characters, are an amalgam of me and my best friend when we were in high school.
I hear that quite often.
I call the guy, and I go, you got to come to Austin. So he comes to Austin, and we go see it together and just laughed our asses off because of that was us. That was us in high school.
Oh, that's
that
so
whole
nice.
thing. So huge fan on that front. Now,
you look good for 48, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You got a guy who looks like Bruce Springsteen. You got a guy who looks like he's 25 and he's 48.
How old do you think he is?
Good-looking bunch around here.
How old do you think he is?
Good-looking city.
How old do you think Bob is?
I would say 34.
Try 53.
Yeah, well, that's how old Bruce Springsteen is.
No, he's 60.
Yeah, he's 60. Why'd you pick 30?
Damn.
I'm darkness on the edge of talent.
It's like he looks like Wilford Brimley. How old? 20? 20-year-old Wilford Brimley?
4 or 5 years old?
You go way too much. What are you, 1?
1 years old.
Now, Bob saw the movie last night.
Thank you for that compliment. I sincerely
Man, I'm
appreciate
telling
it.
you what,
Thank
that movie, and I said that's like, I don't buy, you rent movies. You don't buy. That's the one movie I've saved, and I watch
That's
it over
cool,
and over.
man. Thank you.
Bob saw the movie last
night,
man. And
I loved it.
And before you come in here,
you saw Get Him to the Greek last night.
Yeah, we would lie to you if it was. If
I wouldn't have come. I would have called in sick today if it.
Well, no. We would have told our listeners what we thought of it, like the first hour when you guys weren't up.
And then we wouldn't have known.
We would have lied and kissed your ass when you came in here. But he said
I don't want to give anything away about it either, because there's so many surprises in that movie.
Off the air this morning, I said, seriously, how was the movie? And I've seen the trailer. The trailer's hilarious. And he goes, but a lot of times the trailer's hilarious, the movie sucks ass.
Right.
He goes,
I think our movie's better than our trailer.
He goes, dude,
I hate.
It was laugh out loud funny.
I hate people that you compare movies, say it's like this, but it's like it's all the best stuff you would expect from a Jonah Hill movie with a little bit of Spinal Tap mixed in, and it reminded me a little bit of Almost Famous, the sweetness, the sweet parts of that, because you play a character that's like
Nick literally pitched it to me as like a dirty Almost Famous.
You're teetering. you're one of those characters teetering on boyhood and manhood, right?
Yeah.
Like responsibilities versus being this kind of rock. Fan, and I loved it on that level too, of your character, of just being this guy that just doesn't know he wants to commit. He doesn't. He's facing all these things for the first time, but it's hysterical. You're going to see things in this movie that you've never seen on film before. I got to look at the rock star.
Dagwood?
No, the rock star. Aldous. Yeah. There's really not an equivalent in real life.
Sounds good though. Is it in the theater?
There's really no single British.
I wouldn't have had a chance.
There's not really any single solo British rock stars like that anymore. Are there? Is he like
the closest
Bowie, but Bowie's old?
I
feel like Jack White.
Oh yeah, Jack White. I mean, the closest we were thinking was like, but he's not like a bad boy, but like Chris
Right.
Martin, like was like kind of the closest equivalent. You know?
But none of them behave like that.
No,
like in
behave like
behavior,
that.
it's more just.
But it's more like taking a 70s, 60s rock star and putting him kind of in.
Pete Doherty. That's who it is. I mean, that's
Right,
really,
you're right,
really who we, you know. And he's mega famous in England, obviously, and less out here.
So Nick,
yeah,
I'm IMDb'ing you, which is not a sexual term anymore, but you directed one of my favorite television shows that didn't make it, Undeclared.
I was a writer on that.
Oh,
yeah.
still.
Yeah.
What a great show. Were you on that show?
Was not, but a big fan of it.
Yeah, it was like a great. You knew it wasn't going to last because it was too good.
Well, we knew because we premiered on September 11th. So that's how we knew it wasn't going to last. That was actually.
I didn't know that really.
And Dale, you got to see that everybody's great in this film, but Sean Combs.
Did he steals it?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
He blows up in this movie.
He's so funny. In it.
Unbelievable. And what we had you were doing the Q&A while the credits were. You started the Q&A while the credits were rolling. I know his face popped up at the end of the movie, and I missed it. Now I gotta go back and see what he said at the end.
Yeah, it's a teaser for the Avengers.
Oh, okay.
For Thor.
Dude, you would love it.
Wait, so how old was Nick when he was directing Freaks and Geeks and Undeclared?
Or was
how old were you when you were writing for Undeclared?
For Undeclared, I was.
Well, Freaks and Geeks was first, right?
I know I didn't work on Freaks and Geeks.
Oh,
you were still in college.
Me you
yeah, so
we withdraw the question.
So how were you when you directed?
I was 24 when I was writing on.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So the story.
Like, remember when you were 24, what you thought was funny or good? You know what I mean? How hard it is to actually do good stuff when you're 24.
I remember Judd telling me what was funny. And good.
I thought
he would just tell you and you did it.
Norm, I thought you were funny when I was 24.
Oh no, you might think something's funny, but what you like I remember when I was starting comedy, I was like 25 or something like that. But Eddie Murphy was already a star, you know, and he was 19.
Yeah, 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can that guy be funny? Because I remember what I thought was funny when I was 19. It was all lame.
Anyway. On Undeclared, one of the writers was Seth Rogen. He was also obviously one of the stars of Undeclared, but he was 18. I remember him coming into the first writers meeting, and all of us being like, we obviously liked him on Freaks and Geeks, but he just being like, who does this kid think he is? And then he would just turn in the funniest scripts.
So, Johnny,
he just knew it and nailed it.
You were right.
Wasn't Byron Allen on that show too, though? Oh no, that's a different one.
You were right. You were right.
Wait, have you guys seen Comics Unleashed?
Shows.
Have you seen Comics Unleashed with Byron Allen? Hey, speaking of this thing, Byron Allen does this thing. You know how you guys do junkets, which is part of what you're kind of doing now?
Yeah.
But Byron Allen does this show where all he does is go on junkets. He goes to hotels, you know, and he interviews guys like everybody else does at the junkets, you know, because they bring the stars, like they bring Joan and Nick in, and then 40 guys that ask him questions. So then Byron Allen just goes in, you know, and he interviews it, but then he turns it into a show, like it's an interview show instead of a. So he goes, and then it's always like. It shows at 1 o'clock in the morning. He goes, tonight on the it's Byron Allen's voice. He goes, tonight on the entertainers, Jonas Hill, Harrison Ford, Eddie Murphy, George Harrison. It's like the biggest stars of all time.
So it's like a big talk show, but it's a junket.
And it's just him in like a small room, like with a guy with a poster behind him.
5 minutes
like
each,
2
right?
years ago that he did a movie. And then Byron, at the start of the interview, he goes, hey, man. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. He goes, he always starts the interview the same place, be like Harrison Ford, who clearly has no idea who Byron is. So Byron goes, hey, man, the last time we talked, man, you were doing that movie about the Russian guy. What's been going on with you, man? And so, like, you get in your head, maybe they have dinner together, and then so Harrison Ford, he goes, huh? But he doesn't want to look racist, you know? So he's like, oh, yeah, I remember. How have you been? He goes, pretty good, man, pretty good. So he's a master at it costs him nothing.
That's a really good practical joke.
Right. And Byron Allen is just one of 100 interviews he did that day.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Jonah, you guys started, if Wiki's right, you got started writing plays, and you went to New York to be an actor?
Yeah, I would write weird stuff in New York when I was like a freshman in college at New School University, and then I would perform them at this bar called Black and White, and then it kind of got popular.
One-man plays, or
sometimes with
plays?
other people, yeah, like one acts and
right.
stuff, and then like weird performance art.
And then
things.
somebody stumbles in and sees you, and
they got kind of popular amongst students at my school and NYU and stuff. And then it got kind of like a following. It was pretty cool. I remember like a couple of times I'd be like at dinner somewhere and someone would recognize me from it, and I would be so psyched because like they had just heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're like, "Hey, you're the guy that does those weird plays and stuff," and I was like, "Yeah."
What would be
yes, I am, Mom.
What would be a play? Like, what was your favorite one that was like your signature?
Well, they would do this open mic night. This is how it got started. Was basically they would do this open mic night. It was the only place that would let us drink because I didn't have a fake ID. So that they would let me drink there, and I was 18 and looked like I was like 12, you know. So, so my friend Michael took me there because he lived right around the corner, and the guys who owned the bar were really cool. And on Sunday night they had an open mic like storytelling night, so it'd be all like hipster East Village like junkies that would be like doing heroin on the A train, like not calling my dad, you know, like really serious stuff.
You don't have to say the second line. Not calling my dad.
Yeah.
Oh, we kind of surmised that.
Yeah. But yeah, very literal, like storytelling, like long stories. And I was like, man, I should just write like a fake one.
Oh yeah.
So I started writing fake ones that the people thought were serious, and then like my friends knew it was I was lying. So like there was this one, the first one I wrote, that was probably my favorite because it was the first time I'd ever performed. And so I wrote this one about my dad having an affair with his Native American secretary. And then how I learned about Native American culture through this new woman who was like my surrogate mom, and like
I want to read that.
It was so weird, and everyone was just silent. It was like so serious, like there were no jokes in it or
Did your
anything.
friends laugh?
My friends thought it was probably the funniest thing I've ever done because it was like no one knew I was joking. You know,
was this poetry?
It was more like story, like
important stuff.
Yeah, like a 5-minute story. Like people would write like short story, reading their short stories or whatnot.
Like sometimes they'll do one-man play. Like, you know how people think their life's interesting? So I said one-man play. It was an hour and a half. So if I think of my life, like I couldn't cobble together an hour and a half of interesting.
No, it wasn't one of those things where I was like,
it was
1968, Brooklyn.
No,
I'm sitting over there. The Bombers are doing great this season.
No, the funny thing is when they have a big dramatic moment in the one-act play, but it's just something that happened to everyone, you know. And then they're like, and that's when I found out my mother had breast cancer. And then it blacks out. You're like, what? Doesn't that happen to everyone in the world? It's supposed to be all dramatic.
We have a gentleman that. Never mind. No, we have a gentleman who does.
When I was on Saturday
Night, we've
Night,
got a guest, a one-act play guy that comes in. Used to come in a lot.
Right.
But one-act plays are great. Like when
if they're good,
they're good, like not one-man plays, one-act.
Well, no, this is a one-man show guy.
One-act plays.
Story.
One-act, one-man.
They're my favorite.
All right, we're gonna.
Great.
Let's break.
Have you ever done that in your acting career?
That's how I started. Then I started writing one-act plays.
Real one-act plays. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys don't find this interesting?
No, we do. It's just there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 open mics right now.
And I just don't know if we're making the Universal people happy.
And let's
right?
make sure that we're plugging the movie. Get them to the great. Can we take a break? Come back.
And it opens today. Is that right?
June 4th.
And would you guys be up to taking some phone calls from our fine listeners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Cool. If you guys have any questions for Jonah or Nick or hell, Michael McDonald. Who else is in here?
Wasn't he a singer? Wasn't he a rock singer?
I was just. I know it's Norm. I know it's
the
Norm.
Doobie Brothers?
Right, but
we
my mind.
We don't need to hear your filth.
973-8300 if you want to call in. We'll be back in a minute. Dudley and Bob Show. All right, we might get a couple of calls in for Jonah if you want. Jonah Hill of Get Him to the Geek.
Get Him to the Greek.
Sorry, y'all cut me a break. I was just talking about the geeks in Superbad. Yeah, we were just talking about that. So
Get Him to the Greek.
973-8300. Get Him to the Greek.
June 4th.
And I told. It's not out yet? Oh, it's June 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it might be showing this weekend. But Bob saw it last night.
Wait, am I in this movie?
No.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
And Nick.
Do you know what it's about?
You're in the People versus Larry Flynn.
Because I asked Jonas, he said it wasn't even out on the screen yet.
Nick, is it
June 4th.
Is it a sequel somewhat loosely?
I would say it's a spin-off, but it's pretty different. There's not.
I heard it was a sequel to Weird Science.
That's your source is incorrect.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know.
You should get a new
I just know
source.
what I hear on the street.
Just saving Sarah Marshall.
Forgetting. You don't know the titles of any of the movies.
I loved you in Super Good too, by the way.
Yeah.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
It's good because I honestly can't remember your name.
That's all right. I'm Dave. That's okay. Just call me Dave. Everybody does. So
yeah, there's some recurring characters.
But is the rock star that has the same name? Or?
Yeah, he's playing the same guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Russell Brand's character Aldous Snow is the same guy as he was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and other than that, there's no
right. But Jonah in this movie is a junior record executive who's got an idea that he's trying to get across to his boss, and his boss accepts it, and then you've got the responsibility. It's like a road picture. You've got the responsibility of getting this rock star.
It's kind of like a dirty, almost famous.
He's not really a has-been, but he's had rough times.
I would say it's kind of like a mix between Almost Famous and Midnight Run.
Yeah.
Now, is it like
like it's like a road movie with one guy escorting, a normal guy escorting
a
really crazy, messed up guy.
A little bit of
and Trainspotting.
And The Last Detail, if you've ever seen that.
You know, we watched The Last Detail. Like I watched it like every day before we started Superbad. I thought that was like one of my main references for Superbad.
Yeah,
because it's like three guys like out getting like hammered and like
I want
crazy.
I want to ask you that when you're doing
Were you Randy Quaid?
I was Randy Quaid, obviously.
Yeah,
I watched Sid and Nancy before getting to the Greek. I'm not kidding. That was my.
I watched my favorite year in Midnight Run and Almost
I just saw my favorite year a few weeks ago. It was
my
good.
favorite year was so good. I was watching this hardcore.
How do you know when you're
porn.
shooting a comedy like this that you got it, that you're getting it right when you're filming it? I mean that
you hope and pray you're getting it right. You don't
because
really know.
there's not an audience there laughing. And I always wondered, you shoot several different takes in different ways. We
shoot every tone possible in each scene.
I'm getting that signal from the publicist. It's time to wrap up. That you guys have to go somewhere else.
Well, let's take a phone call before we leave because that was rude because we said we were going to.
The only phone call I have wants to ask Norm a question.
Okay, great. Well, I was just trying to be respectful.
No, you're very fine. Listen, I'm a big fan. It's kind of crazy in here today. I wished I had about 1 million questions for you.
Oh, man. Well, no.
I wish I had questions for you.
Listen, I wish I knew the names of your films.
No. I said I have 1 million questions for you. I wish we had more time. Did I say I wish we had more questions?
Yeah.
I know what you meant.
It's okay. June 4th, get him to the Greek. Austin's the best town ever, and I'm not BSing. It is the coolest place on earth.
I love this city.
It's so cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Are you staying, Norm, or are you going?
I got a phone call.
Oh, you're staying for your phone call.
My apologies that.
Great to meet
Thanks.
you.
Great meeting
Yeah.
you, man. Really.
Thank you guys for having us.
No, thanks for coming in, guys. Get them to the Greek starting June 4th.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Much
I'll
success.
see
I think
the
you'll do
movie,
really
man.
well.
Bye. Nick, thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you guys so
See you
much.
in LA, man.
Take care, everybody. Yeah, thank you
See you, man. Thanks, Jonah. Bye.
Say
It's
goodbye.
weird to say goodbye in the middle of the break, but
Say goodbye
bye.
to Matt.
Yeah, definitely will.
See ya.
Probably got to go do TV somewhere.
Yeah, normally they go to the TV stations.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, do the noon
You
shows.
want to take your call,
and
Norm?
Yeah. Let's
Okay, let's take your call. Let's go to the phones. There's no calls coming in.
What? We even lost my caller?
No, your call's here. What's your call? What's your question?
Hey, Norm.
What?
Big fan. You're talking about your TV shows. I heard the Norm show's coming out on DVD. I was just wondering if you did any commentaries or special features for that.
Yeah. It is coming out on TV. It's coming out on, what do you call it?
DVD.
Yeah,
Those
it is
small,
coming out on DVD.
They're like laser discs,
but I don't make any money.
smaller.
I don't make any
You don't?
money.
Really?
But they said, we'll give you money to come and comment on it. So I went in a room and they played the shows and I just talked. But I was talking to this other guy and I found I wasn't watching the show at all. I was just talking.
I think it might actually be worth getting it just
at
for
first
that.
you're commenting, you're like, that's interesting. That guy was cast at the last second. And then you realize in your mind, you go, no one cares about any of this. So then I just started going, hey, look, a coffee cup. But there wasn't a coffee cup that you'd be watching, but there was a coffee cup in the studio.
Did you remember the episodes as you were commenting? Did you remember the shooting or anything behind them?
No, I don't know.
No.
I don't remember much.
They pay
what?
They pay you well for commenting?
Not much, no.
No.
But it was just a day's work of going and looking at myself.
And talking
Should we
what?
just steal the DVDs, Norm?
What?
Should we just steal them then?
Yeah. No, well, listen, I'm not going to say straight out on the radio that you should commit a crime. You know,
want me to say it for you?
What? That you should
just go
crime?
steal them?
No, I wasn't thinking of that crime.
Oh, just any other crime?
Yeah, listen, man. Are you into bank heists?
No.
Ah, shoot, man. I'm looking for a getaway guy. It's the easiest job in the bank house, in the bank heist.
The wheelman?
Ah, that guy, man, he's the easiest. He just sits in the car while we all have to go into a bank with guns. Guy's just sitting in the car.
Yeah, but he's the guy with the cop is always, tapping on the window going, hey, move it along. This is no parking
that's
zone.
just in movies, man. That's just in movies. In real life, the guy's just parked in front of the ATM, and then you run out. There's gunfire going all around your head, and then you can't get the door open. You come on, Frank. And he's like, I told you guys, I'm not good with guns. And you're like, gun it. Hit it.
Pedal to the metal.
Yeah, well, like he wouldn't know that. That's his one thing, like, drive fast.
You swear you've never had an acid flashback?
No, I've never had it. No, I never took acid. That was just a joke. I never took LSD.
Took it one time.
What happened?
I was at a Paul McCartney concert in Dallas because Paul McCartney just that says acid when you hear Paul McCartney music, like songs like "Let 'Em In," and I was on a bus with the listeners, and this woman walked up to me. She goes, "Stick out your tongue," and I went like this, and she put this piece of paper on my tongue,
without knowing it.
and I didn't know anything was going on. And then
did she tell you?
No, yeah, she right after she put it on my tongue.
Know you were going. You didn't think you were going insane.
You just took acid. Wow. And then later in the tunnel of Texas Stadium, there was a woman holding a box of Starburst, and I also had a box of Starburst, and something in my head told me that those must also be my Starbursts. So I went up to a strange woman and said, "Those are my Starbursts."
Wow.
Like a crazy person. And then it lasted till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
and wallpaper was running down, and I had to call my girlfriend.
I'll be honest with you, I did it one time.
Well, why'd you lie?
Well, because I don't want people to think I did LSD, but I did it one time, and so I laid down on my bed. I was just a young boy, and I looked up, and it was a hanging plant for some reason in my room.
No, there wasn't.
And in the plant came the face of Jesus. The countenance of our Lord and Savior, Jesus, the pale Nazarene, suddenly showed up in my hanging plant. So I was like, oh, man. I was like, well, I'm on LSD. This must be like just a crazy trick of my eye, an optical, thing. And then I thought, wait a minute. What if it's just a coincidence that I'm on LSD and Jesus is showing up? That would be bad luck for me. You know what I mean? I get absolute proof he exists, and then I ignore it, thinking it was the
acid
effects of the acid. So then I'm in a quandary. I'm stuck in a quandary. I don't know if you guys have ever been stuck in a quandary. But
not while I'm on acid.
So, anyways, my quandary was it fixed itself because suddenly the face of Jesus morphed into the face of Trapper John M.D. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Which one, though? The one
Pernell
from
Roberts.
MASH?
Yeah,
or,
Pernell
okay.
Roberts.
The after.
You must have seen it this morning.
I don't think you've ever seen MASH where they go, hey, Trapper John M.D.
That's true. That's true. You're right.
That's that must have freaked you out when our sports guy came in because he's got that white bearded
Oh, yeah,
look.
he looks like Trapper John M.D.
There's your flashback.
It's too weird when they have the character changes, like it's Wayne Rogers, and it's another guy, and you're like, what? He looks different. Like I remember one time as a little kid on Bewitched, suddenly Darren looked all different, because it was a different actor.
That's right.
But I was just a little kid.
But they were
so
both named Dick.
So I was like, yeah.
York and Sargent.
So I was like Dick York and Dick Sargent. But as a child, you see, I didn't know anything about Dick York or Dick Sargent or Elizabeth Montgomery. I thought of Darren Stevens and his wife, Elizabeth Stevens or whatever her name was. Sam Stevens.
Samantha Stevens.
Yes. So anyways, when I didn't know Dick York or Dick Sargent, all I knew was Darren Stevens. So when he suddenly changed appearance drastically, I thought, what's that Endora up to this time?
Oh, boy.
She was in Citizen Kane?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, she was in Citizen Kane. She always played,
Endora.
What about when
And
you
Mrs.
get
Crab?
cast? It's tough when you get cast as an old bag.
Yeah.
And like you know when you're reading the script, or it even says old bag shows up. You're like, what's this mine? But like they had the show Jake and the Fat Man. So
who was
William Conrad?
William Conrad.
He was
Bill
Cannon.
Conrad.
Yeah, Bill Conrad. Beautiful man, I hear.
Great actor.
But he was Cannon. He was a big star, big Quinn Martin star.
Quinn Martin production.
And so he he was not a man to be trifled with. So if you're writing a script for somebody to be with, and you know, and you go, I would like to, you know, maybe a William Conrad vehicle might propel me. Yeah, you might not want to write, you know, you might not want to title it Jake and the Fat Man. And then send it to William Conrad, because William Conrad's like, what the? I'm pretty sure I'm not Jake. And if I'm Jake, I don't want to be in the show at all, because then it's really gross. But,
I love the way your mind
Norm
works.
Macdonald tonight at Cap City and tomorrow night. And
All
we'll
these
sell
observations and more.
467-2333. Thanks for being here, dude.
Thanks a lot. Listen, God bless in the name of the Pale Nazarene. What? And hey, what about this, man? You know how you're.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
Oh, I love this.
This lady told me this thing. I said, you know, if you're a Christian, you're kind of reviled nowadays in today's society. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're looked on as a joke, kind of. Bill Maher makes fun of you. But let's say you're a lady and you believe in astrology, right? Then suddenly everything's fine. Nobody thinks you're an idiot.
I see OJ's in the news again this week. What about Norm's series of OJ jokes?
Oh, yeah. Now in this cancel culture and everything, I have to say, I no longer take that position with O.J. Simpson. He was found not guilty by a jury of his peers. I accept that. I see him as the greatest rusher in the that's all he's guilty of to me, is the greatest rusher in the history of the NFL. Yep. Maybe I was the greatest rusher to judgment.
All that for that?
I've rethought O.J. Simpson, and I think now the only thing he's guilty of is being the best running back that ever lived.
Seriously?
Yes.
The best running...
And also, here's the problem with O.J. is that he went to prison for stealing his own sports memorabilia, and he got 35 consecutive life sentences, which is not good. And then that puts you very low on the pecking order. If you know anything about the pecking order in prison. And so he's in there, he's like, hey, I killed my wife, I killed a guy and a waiter and my wife. And they're like, nah, we still have the trial.
Yeah, he's doing hard time now, for sure.
Yeah. And a guy who's guilty of double homicide, very high on the pecking order. The guy that stole his own jersey is very low.
So did you hear about Aaron Hernandez today? Got indicted for 2 more murders.
For 2 more murders?
Yeah, bringing the count to 3.
Good Lord, that's just murdering for murder's sake at that point.
Who do you think is worse, him or O.J. Simpson?
Well, O.J. Simpson, I think all he did was steal sports memorabilia. Now, Aaron Hernandez, who's worse? Well, I think the worst guy of all is Oscar Pistorius.
A video of him. Do we have that video? They can show it. He's on Twitter now.
Lamar Jackson, you're incredible. I mean, you got 4 games ago, you already got 1,000 yards. But 49ers, you have got nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, OJ!
What? Was he taking a break from looking for the real killer? He's taking
I'll tell you, man. First of all, he just got into the All-Defensive Hall of Fame. I don't know if you...
Oh, the top 100.
Oh, offense. Top 10.
Oh, good for him.
And, he's fantastic. He's paid his debt to society, and I think he's a hell of a guy.
Oh, I didn't know you knew his new PR guy.
There's Norm. If you tell him to do an OJ joke, he won't do that either.
Yeah.
Potential jurors for the O.J. Simpson case were asked to fill out a 75-page jury questionnaire this week. In the entire state of California, only one person got a perfect score. Xiao Ming Wu, who after the trial plans to attend Caltech. By the way, you can now purchase a bronze statue of the Juice for only $3,395. And for an even $5,000, you can buy one that Al Cowlings has kissed the ass of. O.J. Simpson's new fitness video was released this week, and hitting the shelves next week, Simpson's newest video, Dorf on Stalking. The crowd is torn. According to retailers, the most popular Halloween mask this year is O.J. Simpson. And the most popular Halloween greeting is, "I'll kill you and that guy who's bringing over your glasses, or treat." And the Pope came out with a book this week, which contains a series of essays examining faith and morality in today's secular world and the changing role of the Catholic Church as it approaches the 21st century. The book is entitled, "God Himself Told Me That O.J. is Guilty." In other book news, Prince Charles released an autobiography in which he states that he never loved Princess Di and that his father pressured him to marry her. The book is entitled, "Of Course O.J. Did It. I mean, come on." In his book, O.J. Simpson says that he would have taken a bullet or stood in front of a train for Nicole. Man, I'm going to tell you, that is some bad luck when the one guy who would have died for you kills you. That's probably... You don't get worse luck than that. And O.J. announced this week that he's coming out with a new book called I Want to Tell You. And if it's successful, O.J. will work on yet another book entitled From Football to Prison, My 25 Years of Showering with Other Men. And finally, in honor of the 50th anniversary of their first publication, Random House will be releasing special commemorative issues of many Dr. Seuss classics. The first to hit the bookshelves will be Green Eggs and Ham and O.J. is Guilty. Judge Ito was interviewed this week by a local TV station in Los Angeles. Asked by the interviewer if it was appropriate for a supposedly impartial judge to be on TV with his case still pending, Ito said, "Maybe not, but how appropriate is it to kill your ex-wife?" It was revealed today that O.J. Simpson told police that Nicole Brown Simpson used to beat him up. He also claimed that she and Ron Goldman killed him. O.J. Simpson's lawyers have decided to skip hearings on DNA evidence and go right to trial. Asked why they did this, the lawyers replied, "We want to get O.J. acquitted as speedily as possible so he can get back to doing what he does best, killing people." Well, let's get to O.J. O.J. Simpson's lawyers say they don't want the families of Nicole Brown and Ronald Goldman in the courtroom during the trial. They're afraid the presence of the family members will just remind O.J. of how much more killing he still has to do. Well, O.J. Simpson's lawyers stopped feuding this week, finally. The Dream Team, F. Lee Bailey and Robert Shapiro, were able to put aside their differences and express their admiration for each other after O.J. threatened to cut their heads off. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, sleepy truckers are responsible for 1,000 deaths a year. In second place, O.J. Simpson at 2 deaths a year. It was revealed this week that defense lawyer Johnny Cochran once abused his first wife. In his defense, Cochran said, "Hey, at least I didn't kill her like some people I know." Tomorrow, Judge Lance Ito will take O.J. and the jury on a tour of the now famous crime scene. For the jury, it will be their first look at the actual location. Of course, for O.J., it will be just a case of been there, done that. Judge Lance Ito was happy with the jurors' field trip to the crime scene last week. It went off without a hitch, said Ito. Not one murder. O.J.'s pal Al Cowlings now has a 1-900 number. For $2.99 a minute, Cowlings will tell callers that O.J. is innocent. And for $3.99 a minute, he'll try to do it without laughing. And this week, Simpson defense lawyers questioned witnesses about a half-melted container of ice cream found at the murder site. The Simpson defense has seized upon the ice cream for two reasons. One, it may help fix the time of the murders. And two, it was the only thing in the murder scene without any of O.J.'s blood on it. To illustrate the point that their client is running out of money to defend himself, O.J. Simpson's lawyer said this week that if he had to do it over again, after killing his victims, O.J. would now rob them as well. That one you find troubling? We went, was O.J. Simpson high on speed the night of the murders? Absolutely not, said defense attorney Johnny Cochran today. And a simple test of any of O.J.'s blood found at the crime scene will prove it. And O.J. pal Al Cowling said this week that in looking for the truth in the O.J. Simpson case, he sometimes talks to a picture of Nicole Brown Simpson, something that in the past would have gotten him killed by O.J. F. Lee Bailey said this week that if the defense only knew what Ron Goldman's last words were, they might be able to find the real killer. You know, if you ask me, Goldman's last words were probably, hey, you're O.J. Simpson. Oh no, O.J. has struck again. How about that? Not a good thing. And in court this week, Cato Kalin testified that O.J. Simpson did not appear angry before or after the period of his wife's murder. But Kalin admitted he could have been a touch edgy while he was actually murdering her. Might have been a... Hertz Rental Car Company announced this week that it will buy 520,000 vehicles, increasing its worldwide fleet 24%. In addition, they will try to find a new spokesman who won't kill his ex-wife. This week at the O.J. Simpson trial, the infamous bloody glove was finally introduced into evidence, and O.J. didn't help his case any by blurting out, "There it is, I've been looking all over for that thing." And a new shocker in the O.J. Simpson trial. This afternoon, Judge Lance Ito dismissed yet another juror, a 45-year-old African-American male, for failing to tell the court that he had once worked for Hertz Rent-A-Car and that he had once held Nicole Brown Simpson's glasses while O.J. killed her. Dismissed Simpson juror Jeanette Harris revealed in interviews this week that the jury is torn by dissension and is already divided into two camps, those who think he is guilty and those who are really, really stupid. A bad week for the prosecution of the O.J. Simpson trial. Under intense cross-examination by defense lawyer Barry Scheck, LAPD crime expert Dennis Fung admitted that he may have contaminated the crime scene when he accidentally dropped a big bucket full of O.J.'s DNA. Our top story tonight this week in the O.J. Simpson trial. After grisly photos of the murdered Nicole Brown Simpson were shown in court, O.J. turned his head away and wept. It was at that moment that he realized he would never be able to kill her again. Well, in a questionable move by the defense team this week, O.J. Simpson demonstrated how to stab two people at the same time. Remember 12 Angry Men, the classic courtroom drama? Well, the first film about the O.J. Simpson case is in the works. It's entitled 9 Angry Black People, 2 Scared Asians, and a White Guy Who Hasn't Spoken Since Rosa Lopez. Testimony during the final week provided some spellbinding moments. In a brilliant move during closing arguments, Simpson attorney Johnny Cochran put on the knit cap prosecutors say O.J. wore the night he committed the murders. Although O.J. may have hurt his case when he suddenly blurted out, "Hey, hey, easy with that. That's my lucky stabbing hat." Well, the trial of the century is over. Late yesterday, the fate of O.J. Simpson, the most famous murder suspect in United States history, was placed in the hands of the jurors. They must now decide whether to free him or get all their heads cut off.
Maybe I had a bad time in here.
Tilsonburg.
Tilsonburg? God damn, my back still aches when I hear that word. But, anyways, I'm in America and, Hamilton. Maybe we can figure out one by the end of the show. We got the smokestacks and the tie cats and good old Hamilton. The tie cats. I can say there's Howie Meeker doing the play-by-play. He was before old Don Cherry and nighttime classes. But Howie Meeker, of course, would not do tie cats telecasts because that's not hockey. But listen, let's go to the prepared text. There's no prepared text. But I've written some words down on this piece of paper. Because Steve brings a goddamn fucking computer out. And then he got me nervous. I'm like, what if I forget everything? Computers, listen. Nothing smarter than a computer. You see where they played Jeopardy against a computer? Did you see that fucking thing? And then, so it's a computer, right? His name is Watson. He goes by the name of Watson. Anyways, so he plays two human beings, and then everybody's fucking surprised when the computer wins. I thought it was going to be that guy who worked at the hat factory. That guy seemed pretty smart. Even their anecdotes, you know, Alex Trebek's like, well, Watson, you have a funny story for us? And he's like, yeah, one time Oscar Wilde went up to George Bernard Shaw, and then the next guy's like, ah, fuck, this sounds like another good one. I was going to tell my one about that fellow that took the wrong hat that day. You can't be no fucking computer. What do you... They know everything in the world. Dirty stuff on the computer, like computer pornography. I would advise you not to, on account of I don't know. I think it changes you. Fundamentally changes you. Because you're just a regular fella, and then you're fucking looking at this stuff, and then first, because I only got turned into it about a couple of years ago. I was late to the game, but I couldn't fucking believe what I was seeing. First of all, there's thousands upon thousands, and you never see the same girl twice. That's the weird thing. You go, good Lord, is every girl a whore? I've never met a lady like this in my life. Where do they live? I don't know. And they're just with some fat guy with a big belly. I don't know. Anyways. And then you get desensitized to it too, you know? That's what happens after a while, because at first you can't stay, you're wanging off 6 times a day. And after a while, you get, if you know, like they say in the big books, desensitized. I don't know if you've ever read those big books. That's a word they enjoy putting in there. And what that means is you're watching it and you're like, ah, man, she's only taking 6 cocks up her ass. Why'd she get into business if she was going to be such a prude? I'll find something else. I'll find a worse thing a human can do to another human. I need to, you know. You don't want to reach that stage. Then you got to pull away and try to be a civilized human again. Man, enough filth. What I was going to say about America is that when you go there from Canada to live, you realize things are important. Like everybody got a fucking opinion about it. You guys like fucking whatever. But everybody got an opinion, you know. And in Canada, I grew up, and I didn't really have like opinions and stuff like that, you know. And I think it's because it's my Canadian nature not to like, because things are very important in the United States, like elections and stuff like that. You vote for the wrong guy, he could blow up the fucking world. So that's because they got a red phone. We don't get no red phone. They're not going to give Canada a fucking red phone. But, so there, it's a very important decision who you vote for. And here, when you vote, you know, it's always like, who are you going for? I don't know. I think I like that guy that wants to build that bridge. I'd like to see a bridge over the... So it's not going to be that consequential one way or the other. And then also, you don't even get to vote for the fucking top guy. You just vote for the fucker who lives down the street. Then he's in Parliament, you know, and he's like, hey, what about that bridge? And they're like, shut the fuck up. That goddamn bridge. Why the fuck would we care about your riding? Why? We don't care about your riding. But in the States, people are very, very into opinions, you know, and everybody's got one, and, you know. And I don't know when that started, because, like, I know virtually nothing, you know? And so I daren't have an opinion on most things, because I don't want to be wrong, you know? And, but people ask all kinds. Like, one guy came up to me the other week, he was like, hey, what's your opinion on stem cell research? So I'm like, me? That's an interesting question. I'll tell you what, why don't I go to science school for 10 years, and then I'll come back here. Here, we'll meet here on this very spot a decade hence, and I will jot it down in your century at a glance. We'll meet right here, and I will tell you what those 3 words mean. I don't know. I just talked into this thing. I don't know. Anyways. I've been on a lot of shows, but there's no better crowd than you right here. I'll tell you that
right now. You're a pro. You're a pro. You came out here. You lit this crowd up.
I'm just telling the truth.
You're a truth teller. You got your book there?
Oh yeah. Let me read some of it.
You don't have to do. You don't have to do that.
That's rich. Look, I'll tell you something.
Yeah. What's up, pal?
This is not a memoir. It says my memoir on it.
Oh, yeah, well, I thought this was a memoir. I thought this was...
No, it only says a memoir on it, but
Yeah.
it's a novel. I don't know. So I was angry when it was in the nonfiction.
Yeah.
Because it's a memoir. It says a memoir. It doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's like if you bought Grapes of Wrath. You're like, hey, there's no grapes.
Yeah.
Or you put it in the grape section. That's smart.
Yeah.
Then everybody will find Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah.
People that like grapes.
Okay, listen. Norm, settle
What?
down.
Have I made my point?
You made your point.
If this was a memoir, if this were a memoir,
Yeah.
I would put juicy things from my own life.
Right. Right. Like what kind of things would you put in there that nobody knows?
Well, I guess the biggest thing that nobody knows about me is I'm a deeply closeted gay man.
What? I mean, that's. You're a gay man?
I'm not gay. I said I'm deeply closeted. I'm as straight as an arrow.
So you're a gay man who won't admit it?
No. Do you know what deeply closeted means?
Yeah.
It means a man who will not acknowledge that he's gay.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I'm not gay. I got a wife.
You got a wife?
I just got married because I thought, go through that charade, keep appearances up.
Oh, yeah. That's the kind of thing you'd tell if this were a memoir.
If this were a memoir.
Right.
If this were a memoir, I would tell about my wife. What a battle axe.
Battle axe?
I mean,
no one's called their wife a battle axe since 1945.
Listen, come. How do you feel about a woman? She's supposed to be my life partner. I look in the mirror the other day and I says to her, honey, I look in the mirror and all I see is a fat, ugly old man. And I need you to give me a compliment. She says, all right then, your eyesight is damn near perfect. I said, you dirty dog.
You called her a dirty dog?
A dirty dog.
A dirty dog.
We have fights constantly.
Oh, you do you?
Oh, and sometimes it bleeds over. Like we were driving in a car. We went past a bunch of animals. There was a pig, a cow. And I admit this is a little cruel.
You were kind of mad at her at the time.
I was mad at her. So I said, hey, you see that pig, that cow, horse? That remind you of any of your relatives? She says, yeah, my in-laws. I said, you dirty dog.
Oh, wow. Wow. Dirty dog again. Wow.
I tell you, until I met my wife, I always felt incomplete. Now I'm finished. But I will say this.
What is going on?
I will say this.
What is going on?
I will say
this.
this.
Is a 1935 radio show.
Henny Youngman, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
What's that you say there, Norm?
Let me
Norm, what's that you say? Tell us more, Norm. We're going to take a break for Chesterfield figurines.
Well, let me say something more modern and stylish then.
Okay.
My wife went into a coma.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And the doctor said to me, you won't hear this from any 1935 comic. He says to me, there's one way to wake her up, but it's a little unconventional. You go in there and you have oral sex with her. I said, by God. He says, I've seen it work. I said, well, I'm willing to try. So I go in there, I'm in there about 5 minutes, and I come out. I said, Doc, she's choking. But that's modern medicine for you.
That's modern medicine. We're going to take a break. I'm going to find out what's happening here.
That's modern.
We're going to take a little break here. Here's a message from the good people at Bosco Chocolate Syrup. We'll be back. More Norm Macdonald after this. See?
And now a correction to a story we ran last week. Prince Charles is actually the one in the middle. In the wake of the verdict, angry Menendez defense attorney Leslie Abramson said the jury simply chose not to believe the brothers' excuse that they had been sexually abused by their father, and says she knows why. Quote, it's because my clients are black. And the Pope came out with a book this week, which contains a series of essays examining faith and morality in today's secular world and the changing role of the Catholic Church as it approaches the 21st century. The book is entitled, God Himself Told Me That O.J. is Guilty. In an interview in this month's Vanity Fair, actor Tom Cruise attempts to end once and for all rumors that he is gay. In an interview this week, Bob Dole said he is strong enough to handle the pain of losing the presidential election, although he did admit that the shock of winning would give him a giant heart attack. A study on weight loss revealed this week that women who participate in a weekly diet program lost 50% more weight, snacked less, and bought more fruits and vegetables than women in general, which just goes to prove my new theory. Richard Simmons is gay. According to an obscure 14th century law, British Army Captain James Hewitt could be hanged for having an affair with Princess Diana. The punishment for having sex with Princess Diana is death. The punishment for having sex with Princess Anne is having sex with Princess Anne. Demi Moore is wrapped filming on G.I. Jane, in which she plays a Navy SEAL combat officer. Moore says that in contrast to other Hollywood portrayals of women in the military, her character will have giant breasts. And finally, John Wayne Bobbitt is going to be an adult film star. He has been signed to play himself in the John Wayne Bobbitt story. The part of his severed penis will be portrayed by Pauly Shore. F. Lee Bailey said this week that if the defense only knew what Ron Goldman's last words were, they might be able to find the real killer. You know, if you ask me, Goldman's last words were probably, hey, you're O.J. Simpson. Last week on Larry King Live, Marlon Brando made the shocking statement that Hollywood is, quote, run by Jews. In response, outraged Jewish organizations made it snow in New York in April. 130 years after the Civil War, the state of Mississippi has finally voted to abolish slavery. Representatives say they would have liked to have done it sooner, but they were delayed due to some awfully big cotton crops. They had some kind of big cotton thing. All right. 4 Pittsburgh children were found in a house strewn with garbage and human waste after they'd been abandoned by their parents for 2 weeks. The couple was charged with child endangerment, but to their credit, they did bring the children a present. A T-shirt that reads, "My parents left me for 2 weeks in a house full of human waste, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt." Former First Lady Nancy Reagan reports that her husband has been relaxing at their ranch, riding horses and chopping wood. Sadly, eyewitnesses report that he was actually riding wood and chopping horses. Finally, folks, next week, Jews everywhere will be celebrating the holiday of Yom Kippur, or as non-Jews refer to it, Wednesday. This week, President Clinton played golf with ex-presidents Gerald Ford and George Bush. Bush hit an old lady in the face with a golf ball, giving her a broken nose and 10 stitches. But don't be impressed, it took him 5 strokes to do it, so... And finally, in honor of the 50th anniversary of their first publication, Random House will be releasing special commemorative issues of many Dr. Seuss classics. The first to hit the bookshelves will be Green Eggs and Ham and O.J. is Guilty. This week, a court banned gays from marching in Boston's St. Patrick's Day parade, but they will still allow them to be beaten up by drunken Irish guys. Last night, the epic disaster film Twister opened to big box office and some controversy. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has called for a boycott of the movie. claiming that not enough black people in the film are killed by tornadoes. Finally, in entertainment news, there are rumors that actor Don Johnson is dating 71-year-old San Francisco socialite Denise Hale. An observer who spotted the couple necking in a restaurant will have trouble getting an erection for the rest of his life. Washington Power to some Mary Madeline and James Carville are expecting their first baby in July. No one knows if the baby will be a Democrat or a Republican, but doctors are sure of one thing. It will be weird looking. And it's been reported that Keanu Reeves is engaged to actress Amanda Decadina. Asked to comment, Keanu said, "What? I thought I was gay. I'd always heard I was gay." Drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do, do you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women. This week, Disney released a new CD featuring a rapping Mickey Mouse. To avoid controversy, the CD will not include the controversial hit single, Cat Killer. Beginning in March, DC Comics will change Superman's traditional red and blue costume to a new form-fitting bodysuit. The problem with the old costume? Not gay enough. What the hell's going on in the country? That's not Superman. According to the EPA, it will cost an estimated $295 million to clean up toxic waste at the former Lockheed Martin military aircraft plant in California. The cause of the toxic waste? You guessed it, Frank Stallone. A blind man felt Princess Diana's face last week and said she is the prettiest woman I've ever seen. He then picked up a toilet plunger and said, "Thank you for this royal scepter. I shall treasure it always." This week, President Clinton made history when he nominated Madeleine Albright to be first female Secretary of State. Responding to critics who say that she is not the best choice, the president insisted, quote, "She looks a lot better after a couple of drinks." Visitors to New York's Times Square this winter are in for a bit of a surprise. Crazy people will be shooting at them. O.J. Simpson's new fitness video was released this week, and hitting the shelves next week, Simpson's newest video, Dorf on Stalking. Does President Clinton have a bent penis? Well, according to a doctor who examined him last week, the president's genitals are, quote, completely 100% normal. It should be noted, however, that the doctor who examined him also has a bent penis.
Bob Dole's here to talk to that damn dirty beatnik Howard Stern. Try to get the youth vote. That's it.
All right, and what's your appeal to the youth? What's going to make you get the youth, the young voters out there to vote for Bob Dole?
Cigarettes for everybody. That's what these young punks want, cigarettes. That's what Bob Dole will give them. Cigarettes, everybody. That's it.
Every time you come up here, you seem to be revealing more and more.
What's going on?
There you go.
Are these stories like all
Thanks.
planned in advance? You save them for the show, or?
No, I don't know what I'm talking about. I should plan something out.
I mean, what kind of reactions have people been giving you now since you've been coming up here?
About the thing?
Like your last story that when you came up here, and I mean, geez, you had a bunch of stories today.
Yeah.
I mean, you revealed the bathroom story.
People love it. It's cool, you know, because people listen to the show, so they see it and they say, "Hey, man, that's big, right?"
Nice bathroom story.
Yeah, that was a gross story I said today.
Oh, yeah. I heard that coming. I couldn't like it. We're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, it was a kind of a gross story.
Well, it was a good story, though.
Yeah.
Gross stories are always good stories.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good that you told it.
Yeah.
It was a good story. I'm just surprised that you told it. I mean, I would think that you'd be a little more reserved than that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, who cares, you know what I mean? About all that stuff,
Hey, it was
right?
a funny story.
Yeah.
We're glad you did.
It's not like I have any good image to protect or
True,
anything.
true.
Just a guy.
Not like you have pants on, right?
Yeah, right. What are you doing?
Yeah, like, why are you just...
down, too. It's not even at your face.
Yeah, I'm not even aiming. This is my own personal video.
Just asking any question. Yeah, so what about the story? I'm just zooming in on my
Howard after getting fired.
I like this show. I like going on there.
Real good. Just follow up with this. It's going real good.
Regular.
It's a tough room.
It's going in the time capsule, this one.
So why do you want to come here and tell Howard your story? Because you like him?
Yeah, I like doing this show.
So is it going to help you out? I mean, is it going to help you out if going on this show? I mean, you know, a lot of people listen. Is it going to help you out, I mean, after this?
How do I know? What the hell are you talking about?
I wouldn't take that from him. I'd smack him. Who does he think he is?
There's very few questions I can answer. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, guys. You are in some serious trouble now.
Yeah.
What a way to end your career.
Yeah, this was great. I couldn't think of a better way to end.
To go out on the
End a glorious career and have Norm ruin my life on national radio.
You really owe him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming down.
Thanks, man.
All right. Well,
This was great. Thanks. Star Rule.
Always a pleasure. You're a camera guy. As soon as the camera hits.
I like you in the camera's office. Funniest guy.
God, sir.
Hey, Norm,
we're going to do an ID, right?
Yeah, can we come down and go do a quick ID?
Yeah, you already asked me.
Yeah, all right. Oh, so I didn't have to ask you again?
No, we're going to do an ID right now.
Yeah, so Norm, when you come here, man, you're always involved in a lot of controversy.
I know, I don't know what happened there. I just used to be a regular guy.
You used to be a nice guy.
Yeah, I never started any of it.
What happened? What do you think? What do you think it all went wrong?
Controversy. I don't know.
When it started coming on the show?
Maybe this is where it started. What do I say? Didn't somebody write something?
Yeah, we're trying to see if there's something written. We're looking it up. If not, you're gonna have to make something on your own.
Oh, I'm horrible at that. I used to go in commercials when I started out in show business. So, you know, it'd be like a car commercial.
Right.
So, like the line would be, "Hey, Bill, I see you have a Buick." You know, that'd be the line.
Right.
So then you practice it like a million times. You know, "Hey, Bill, I see you got a Buick." And, "Hi, Scott."
I know.
And so then the guy goes, "Okay, go," you know. So I go, "Hey, Bill, I see you got a Buick." So the guy goes, "That was great." They always say it was great. And then he goes, "Okay, this time," he goes, "forget the script." Like there's any script.
Right.
He goes, "Just go crazy. Like anything you want." Because they think every comedian, because you're a comedian, they think you're like Mork from Mork or something. So, and then you just go, "Yeah, okay," you know. And he goes, "Okay, go." And then you just go, "Bill, I see you got a Buick." You just say the same thing. Like, retarded. That's a good story.
All right.
Hey, man, we're going to... Well, somebody's got to hand me something.
All right.
Think off my head. "Bill, I see you have a Buick."
All right, Norm. Do one thing first. Just be like, "Hey, Norm Macdonald," you know, and then I hate to do it to you, but you know, just say whatever you want to say. You know, "Howard, I love you." You know.
Okay. Well, what's it for though? It's like
it's it's like a fur bumper, like, you know.
Oh yeah, before, during.
Yeah, like breaks up the show.
Yeah, right. I've seen the show. So I go, okay. Hey, so as I say, you're listening to the Howard Stern show?
That's how you'll end it, yeah.
Oh, that's how I end it.
Hey, it's Norm Macdonald.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Well, I was going to tell you.
Okay, so I say, hey, everybody, Norm Macdonald here. I think Howard's the funniest guy in the world, and you're lucky to be listening to him. So keep listening on the Howard Stern show. Right?
Something like that.
What? That was no good, you're telling me.
No, that was okay.
Okay,
I'm going to tell you that was okay.
Okay. So what am I saying?
And the other one is, do me a favor, just, hey, it's Norm Macdonald, and wish Howard a happy 45th birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
Which will play on the day of his birthday. So anything you want to say.
That'll play on his birthday?
It'll play on his birthday.
That's a good time to play something like that. Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, Howard, happy 45th birthday, man. You're 45 years old. That's great. When I was a kid, if somebody was like 45, you know, you heard he died, you'd go, yeah, that's it. Like you wouldn't think anything of it. But happy 45th, buddy. You're a good man.
I just would be like a 10-year-old girl and her father or mother coming up to me asking for an autograph, and I'm at the table.
Well, you're
sitting at a table.
And he's famous?
Right, so it would be like... yeah.
We're creating a scene.
Exactly. It's all fiction. So it would be like, well, you be the girl.
Excuse me, can I have your autograph, please?
Oh, sure. What's your name?
I'm gonna wind up in rehab. It was so good. You guys are so good, man.
What's up, Artie? How's it going?
You remember Artie?
You guys are still friends?
Since when?
You mean after what?
You mean after...
After your last appearance.
After, yeah, well...
Yeah, we're very friendly. We're show business friends.
Except you wouldn't go on... we had a problem because I had this TV show.
Right.
And Artie was supposed to be in it.
And he's not.
No, he screwed me.
What? I didn't screw anybody. It was strictly a business decision on my part. I would love to be on Norm's show.
What was the business decision?
He wanted to do some movie with Chris O'Donnell instead.
So you're mad at him?
No, he's a good man.
Do you hold a grudge or anything like that?
Nah, he's a good guy.
I think he seems a little aggravated. I don't know. But we still talk and everything. Because I can get bed for him.
Who's Michelle Greppy?
Yeah, you got a bad review in the paper by Michelle Greppy. She hates you.
Yeah.
What'd she say?
But the New York Times loves me. But Michelle Greppy hates me.
What's something Michelle said?
She says, all the charm of a date rapist.
But a date rapist has to have charm, right?
That's true. A date rapist has to have a lot of charm, right?
I would imagine so.
Real rapists don't, but date rapists...
They have to have enough charm to get you on a date.
They gotta get you on a date, exactly.
He took your punchline.
So Norm, what brings you down here today?
I'm gonna go on this Howard show and promote my. I love how this is a 2-camera shoot.
We need you from every angle.
On the Howard Stern show, the great Howard Stern, and promote my situation comedy. Should I call it a sitcom? Am I supposed to be looking at the camera?
Yeah, look over.
What?
Doesn't matter. Look wherever.
So I'm going to do that to tap into Howard's, vast listenership.
No, I know Howard's always been a big fan of yours and a big supporter. You think he'll like your new show? Do you care if he did or not?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Well, I care if he likes it, yeah.
What if he didn't, let's say?
Oh, that's cool, I did my movie, Dirty Work. He didn't even watch it.
Were you disappointed you didn't watch it?
I wished he'd watched it. It's available on video.
He just doesn't want to say it.
No, he was sad. But hey,
what are you going to do with that?
I love you, cinema verite. That's a cigarette. Let's get a shot of a cigarette.
I want to know what you're going to do with the cigarette. So Norm, you're not mad at Artie, are you? Outing your gambling problems?
No, he's a good man, Artie. He's good. He's a good friend.
So most good friends out you usually?
What do you mean by out?
He was talking about all your gambling problems.
Yeah. No, I don't have gambling
No.
That's gambling. Here's Artie. That's good impression.
Who that was? Interns.
Hey,
Jesus
see you later.
Christ.
You like that, right?
You guys are doing all right.
Is it better than extra ass?
That depends on what extra ass you're talking about.
All right. Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah, it was really fun, man.
Hey, Norm, before you go, I just want to bring you down to the production studio and actually Artie, too, and just do some IDs real quick.
Great.
All right? So the first one, Artie, why don't you stand at that mic over there?
Oh, you want us both?
Yeah, so why don't the first one you do, each introduce yourselves and then wish Howard a happy 46th birthday.
Good Lord, is it that old?
Been around for 20 years. 25.
That's good. 46. I'm sorry, what do I...
You just introduce yourselves and then wish him anything you want. Just wish him a happy 46th birthday.
All right, man.
Anytime.
When Howard Stern stops making radio, they should
Hey,
stop
that's my
making
thing,
radio.
man.
That's my line.
That's my thing.
Come
You
on,
guy
man.
took my thing. Okay, I'm going to say it. Let me tell you something. Is it happy birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Howard Stern, the greatest. And let me tell you something. When Howard Stern stops making radio, they should stop making radios.
It's terrible. He didn't do it right.
Yeah. But you got to introduce yourselves first because no one's going to know who you are.
Okay, right. Hey, this is Norm Macdonald wishing Howard Stern a happy 46th birthday. And Howard went... Okay, let me start again. Okay?
Yeah.
It's hard, man. I don't got cue cards.
That's
right.
right.
Hey, this is Norm Macdonald wishing Howard Stern a happy 46th birthday. And let me tell you something. When Howard Stern stops making radios... No. I fucking wrote this. It's great. Okay. Ready? Hey, this is Norm Macdonald. Don't talk because they'll hear it. Hey, this is Norm Macdonald wishing Howard Stern a happy 46th. Happy birthday, Howard. And as I always say, when Howard stops making radio, they should stop making radios. You know what I mean? That was good.
All right, good.
That's excellent. This one? Should I read it? Yes. You want me to read?
You can't read.
Oh, read this on the air. Well, so you scratched all this part out?
Right.
I don't understand what it means. Please check back with me in 2 weeks because maybe at that point I'll need help. Is that the joke?
I guess that might be the joke.
I gotta know the joke so I know how to say it. Okay. Is this gonna sound like it's my idea though?
Yeah, but we write it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
Howard knows you guys.
Yeah. Howard approves it.
Oh, okay, cool. Should I just say it?
Yeah.
I love on this because everybody just looks like a retarded actor going, what do I do again? Okay. Hey, I'm Norm Macdonald, and I don't need Howard or the Howard Stern Show because now I have my very own sitcom. That's right. But check back with me in a couple weeks, and then I'll probably need him again. Howard Stern. And now... I fucked that up.
All right, just you can pick it up with "and" now.
Oh, right. And now, Howard Stern.
I just got one more for you.
All right.
This is a
words.
Bob Dole one.
Oh, okay.
Now, just if you want to do something on your own, you don't have to do this. But it's just an idea to do the Bob Dole.
I'll try to do this. I don't know if I can do Dole that well.
Purple.
Hi, this is Bob Dole. I'm the guy who could have been president of this great country. But all of you rejected me because I was a cripple. That's right. Well, you may not be rid of me yet because my wife, Liberty Dole, is going to run for the presidency. Ain't that a boot in the ass? I'll be in the White House and not have to do a lick of the work. You heard me. Plus, I got a fresh supply of Viagra. That's right. Anybody got Monica Lewinsky's phone number? I want to try that cigar trick. Except with my pen. Because I was a cripple. That's right. Well, you may not be rid of me yet because my wife, Liberty Dole, is going to run for the presidency. Ain't that a boot in the ass? I'll be in the White House and not have to do a lick of the work. You heard me. Plus, I got a fresh supply of Viagra. That's right. Anybody got Monica Lewinsky's phone number? I want to try that cigar trick. Except with my pen. You're listening to a man who doesn't need Viagra, but he sure could use a penile implant. Howard Stern.
That was good.
Oh, there you go.
One quick thing.
Great, and there's just one more actually. Introduce yourself again. One more and you're out of here. Introduce yourself again and congratulate Howard on 25 years in broadcasting.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Let me think of something to say. Or should I just say that?
Whatever you want to say.
Okay. Oh, I introduced myself.
Yep.
Again, right? Hey, this is Norm Macdonald. I should say again, right?
Yep.
Hey, this is Norm Macdonald. Congratulating. Oh no, I shouldn't say congratulating. What did you say to say again?
Congratulate Howard on 25 years in broadcasting. So, hey, congratulations. You come
Hey, this is Norm Macdonald, and Howard, I want to congratulate you on 25 years. Did you say broadcasting?
Broadcasting.
Hi, this is Norm Macdonald. I want to wish Howard, I want to wish you congratulations on 25 years in broadcasting. That's great. And when they stop making, I should do that part, right? I'm going to do that part. That's good. Okay. Hey, Howard, Norm Macdonald here, wishing you congratulations on 25 years in broadcasting. Let me tell you something, buddy. When you stop doing radio, they should stop making radios. That's right, you heard me.
All right, great. You're all
That's
set.
an excellent line.
You heard me. That's a good one. Scott, good seeing you.
Norm Macdonald's out front. Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? Where's Jan? He's playing some ball, man.
I jam my finger all the time.
You really?
Basketball.
Yeah, it hurts, man, right?
You really wreck it.
No. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up?
Band-Aids too expensive or something?
Yeah, I can't afford it.
What's up, man?
What's going on? How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
How you doing,
Artie looks like you lost a lot of weight.
He did.
I did. I dropped a couple.
I know. You look like a totally different person.
I'm worried because so did Walter Payton. I haven't been exercising. I lost weight. I think I might be sick.
Uh-oh. What do we think you have?
I think I'm all right.
Bad meat in the can?
No. I can do it. That was Rock Hudson. That's
No, and this is a big entourage today. It's very unlike you.
I know.
Who is everybody here?
Artie.
Well, Artie we know.
right.
Laurie Joe. Danny Wilson.
Danny Wilson.
Who's this guy?
I don't know this dude.
What?
Isn't he with you?
No.
We thought he was with you.
He's about
What do you
to take
do here?
I'm Stan from Paris.
Who?
Paris, France.
You're from Paris?
Yes.
He's the last guy you'll see in your life.
He's really not with you?
No.
All right. What's your name?
Stan.
Stan, come out of here for a second. What brings you down here, Stan? How'd you get in?
I don't speak very well English. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't?
I come from Paris, and I come for see Howard Stern because I know him. In Paris.
How do you know him in Paris?
I see his movie.
Oh, you saw him?
Yeah.
All right, let me bring you out to the out into the lobby again, and then let me find out if we can get you on. Okay?
I back.
Yeah, come with me. Here, come with me. You sure that dude wasn't with you?
No, that dude was weird.
Stan from France.
Stan from Paris.
Stan from Paris.
That's suspicious right there.
Yeah, that didn't. That was a breach of security.
Dude, one of those dudes wasn't with them.
Who wasn't?
That one, I think the tall guy at the end.
Materialized.
Get out of here. You told me that, man.
Well, I didn't realize until I had. I
thought he was with you guys. I'm sorry.
He's out in the lobby, Dave.
Yeah, shall I let him back in?
What?
Shall I let him back in?
Yeah, we'll let him sit back.
How'd he get in?
He just walked in right behind you guys.
Meanwhile, Norm and Artie are like in the safe.
What about a guy down? We're on the elevator on the way up, right? And when I came in, there was some dude with a picture of me, and I signed it. So when we got in the elevator, the guy in the elevator goes, "So what are you signing autographs for, man?" I go, "I'm a celebrity." So he goes, "Yeah, I don't know who you are." I go, "No, that's all right."
He goes, who are you, man? He like pushes me.
He like punched you?
No, he didn't punch me, just like pushed me.
He was mad. It was
He was
hostile.
mad at me, man.
And did you tell him who you are?
Told him I was Rod Laver. Aussie tennis great, Rod Laver. We didn't sleep last night. We stayed up all night for the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you came in no sleep?
Yeah, we didn't sleep. We stayed up the entire day.
Are you going to be fresh for the show?
Yeah, but tired. Great Howard. Continues to be great, right?
So Norm, did you decide what you're going to do today? On Regis? Did you decide which of the
Regis.
things?
I don't know. I'm gonna maybe mention something.
Are you going to try to work something out?
Yeah, I'm already like cowarding out on it.
You chickening out?
Are you coming?
Yeah.
The farther I get from Howard.
Are you going to chicken out? Because you know he's going to be watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I hope I remember. You know what I mean?
All of a sudden your memory's going to go?
Yeah. I get like, then I get scared. I get back in real life, outside the Howard.
Outside our walls?
Yeah, outside. Everything goes. Howard Studio. Who was that?
Jackie.
Hey, Jackie. See you later, buddy.
See you later.
Funny, man.
Who is that, Jackie?
Yeah.
Where is it? There he is.
Just yelling at you.
You got a short haircut too now, man. Looks
Yeah, well,
good.
it's so much easier.
Oh, it is, right? You just wake up and that's it. Well, you coming?
More time for everything else.
Exactly.
See you guys.
See you later, man. I'm going to go see Howard Stern and talk to him. The radio.
Oh, what's going on, man? Anything new?
Just what I told you. I just fucking told you.
So you just here to hang out?
No, I told you word for. You have it on tape. Why are you asking me?
So you're here to talk to Howard.
I'm here to. What did I say? I'm here
Anything
to,
in particular, though?
No.
No.
I never think more than about 5 seconds ahead of time.
Keep us on our toes. It should be good.
I don't know. It might not be.
We'll find out.
It'll be fine. All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Norm, good to see you. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you very
in.
much.
Mwah.
I
Good
thought
to
you were
see
a
you.
fan of me last time.
No, what was
I
it? What?
I don't know.
Oh, because of that whole Artie thing?
I don't know.
I love you. I'm not mad at you at all.
Norm, how'd it go, man?
It was good. It was fun. Hey,
How are you?
Steve, how are you, buddy?
Great to see you.
Good to see you, Steve.
Now, after reading that article
Hey,
about
listen.
Artie, are you a little concerned about him? You worried?
No, I'm not worried about it.
Not at all? You think going out to Vegas with him after reading that is a good idea?
I go to Vegas with Artie if he wants to go. Sure.
You think he's in a good place right now?
A good place? I'm not what that sounds like.
Like mentally.
I'm not a psychiatrist. What the fuck would I know?
Well, you're good friends with him, right?
Yeah, but I don't know that. I can't. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know about that shit.
All right, so you had fun in
I just
there?
know if a guy's smiling, and I figure he's happy, and if he frowns, I figure he's sad.
Yes,
So
it was all smiles today.
Artie seems to smile, so I'll take his smile at its word.
All right, so you had fun in there, man?
Yeah, I always have fun. It's fun in there. It's always fun with Howard. Always fun with
You didn't
Howard.
think it was a good appearance?
Well, sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm getting dull or some shit, but it was all right.
Yeah, why do you feel we need to juggle, as you said?
Juggle? I don't feel like I have to be a clown. I just want to, what? I'm fucking supposed to be funny, so if I'm not funny, I'm fucking failing at my, whatever the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
You were funny, though.
No, so okay.
He was-
That
Artie,
was
he was
no
funny.
problem.
I wanted to bring up the details thing. Talk about a hatchet job. On me,
I
though.
forgot about that. The details.
The details,
Yeah,
right.
I forgot about that.
They did an article about the Norm show. The guy who wrote the article played poker with me and Norm all fucking night. And then the whole article was about how me and Norm are crazy gamblers and not anything about, like, by the way, he has a show on it. It was like three pages of just how we're...
Danny Wilson was the hero of the piece.
That was when Danny Wilson...
He got more press than us.
Danny Wilson...
Warner Brothers paying publicists. Danny Wilson's getting fucking...
Norm, you think I'm bad with assistants. Norm had an assistant for 20 hours, I think. I'm yelling at the kids. He's late.
What? Late?
I'm exactly on time.
No, you're not. You're late.
I'm exactly on time.
What's up, Norm?
Man.
How are you?
Good, man. How's it going?
Oh, sweet, man.
You're a little late, man.
Well, you're walking backwards with a camera. You're one to talk.
What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Just relaxing with Brian here. My lover and best friend.
What's up, man?
Hey, man.
Brian's my lover and best friend.
That's what you're gonna be talking about today?
Yeah, don't you want to talk to him?
Well, why were you late today, man?
I'm not late.
Howard says you're
What
late.
time you got?
Quarter to 9.
What?
I think you're booked for 8:30.
8:30? All time is relative, as Einstein said.
All right, well, tell it to Howard. Right off the bat, you kind of freaked Howard out with that hocking up that loogie.
Well, he thought I had gum. He said, "Get
You
that
didn't have
out."
anything in your mouth?
I guess I had. I guess I had brown hot virus.
And what'd you do? You threw it at him? And threw it in his direction?
No, I didn't throw it in his direction. You're misrepresenting everything. I tossed it because I realized it was hot with virus.
Could have given yourself sickness.
Brian is a germophobic.
Definitely a germaphobe. Norm, absolutely, you gotta be.
Why? What do you got?
What do I got?
Yeah.
Well, I have. I don't have any disease, you know, unless you
Let's hope
unless you consider feline immune deficiency syndrome a disease. All right, pal. Respect. Yeah, I have FIDS. You know what that is?
No.
My cat had it. It's AIDS for cats. It's called FIDS. And the funny thing about it is, it has the same incubation period as AIDS. All right? So it takes you like 9 or 10 years to die, but a fucking cat only lives 9 or 10 years. So really,
So is it really a disease?
if you're going to get immune deficiency syndrome, it's better to be a cat because it really only shaves the last couple of months off your life. But you know, why do you keep sticking a camera in my face?
It's my job.
Hoping I'll say something.
You're saying funny shit. All right, man. So you had a good time today?
It was fantastic, man. I always love being on Howard Stern. He's the best. Love Artie, love Fred, love Robin Quivers. Love everybody here.
Why did you date her?
What?
Why did you date her?
Why did I date her? That would require me saying something incredibly politically incorrect.
Go ahead.
I usually don't date shorter women.
I thought you were going to say something else there.
Well, that's your racism bubbling to the surface. My God, I don't know what thoughts go through your head, but... Well.
Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
How the H are you?
I'm good, man. It's always nice to see you walking backwards.
Yeah. It's always nice to walk backwards for you.
Yeah, you should walk backwards, like, competitively. Right? Do you ever think of that?
I thought about it. I mean, I've assessed my talents, and I feel that that's pretty much my only one.
Are you kidding?
Right now.
Take a look at that.
That's true.
Maybe it's time to reassess your talents. You'd have a TV program.
So what's going on, Norm? You've got a new show on Comedy Central?
Oh, yeah. The Comedy Channel. Ha! I'm on Ha TV.
You're looking forward to your reunion with Howard today?
Yeah, it'll be really awesome, man. I always love Howard, miss him. Fun to be here. Fun to see everybody. I brought the great Kevin Farley. Farley, where are you, man?
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Welcome back, man.
Yeah, thanks.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm great. I'm loving it.
Nice.
Back to me.
Nice deflection. All right, man. I'll leave you alone.
All right.
See you in the studio.
You got somebody shooting you. It's the fucking Truman Show.
It's a damn circus around here.
It's awesome, baby.
You have a good time in there today,
Yeah,
man?
that was great. Oh, yeah. Can't not have a good time.
Now, I know you were on during Playboy Mansion broadcast.
That's right.
but
A long
this was
time ago, I was at the Playboy Mansion, and then this is my second appearance.
So this is more conversational.
Yeah,
You had a little more time to
yeah,
get
definitely.
to know the show and everything.
Good to hang out. Good to hang out with Norm and Howard. It was awesome. Can't beat it.
That was
It was
fun.
fun. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, I couldn't shut you up.
Well, I didn't say anything.
I know.
Interrupted. Well,
I was you're supposed to be talking.
It's your time to shine. I'm just the Ed McMahon.
Not even as talented as Ed.
Norm, no matter how much time passes between appearances, you always seem to like sort of pick up where you left off with Howard.
Well, I just love Howard so much, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What gets you going?
In my whole life, there's been 4 original things I've ever seen. Sam Kinison, David Letterman, when I was a little kid, Saturday Night Live, and Howard Stern.
Yeah.
4 original things in all of comedy that I've ever witnessed.
That's true.
So it's very, very special when I get to see Howard.
It's interesting hearing that from you because one of Howard's callers the other day said that the show has sort of come to a halt and he doesn't feel the show is the same or as good as it's been.
Oh no, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Well, how do you think the show has evolved? I
think it's evolved in the same way that Howard evolves, you know, as a person and as an entertainer, and oh hi. So he's just evolving as a human being, as a comedian. That's the fucking greatest, you know, because I come from a place where stand-ups just do the same fucking act, you know, forever, and I always try to change my act all the time. You know, but I'm not even close to Howard, man. You know, and also when a guy fucking does comedy fucking 4 hours a day, I don't know why the fuck he's not getting a comedy award. I'll tell you that.
Because he's in a sense just improvising for 4 or 5 hours every single day.
Yeah.
4 days a week.
Yeah. Compared to a guy that fucking reads a script and pretends, what the fuck is that? That guy could not even be funny in the least. All he could do is know how to read well. You know what I mean?
So what Howard does is completely original and completely...
Yes, it's completely original. You know, a guy told me once he didn't like Howard, you know, but he said, you gotta admit, he said, I do have to admit he's original. And I said, nothing's greater than that. How fucking impossible is it to be original? You know, I wish I could be fucking original. It's like the greatest thing in the world, you know?
Well, Howard seems to share that respect. There seems to be a very much a mutual respect between the two of you. I mean, I haven't heard him laugh that loud in quite a while.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Howard's great. You know, when Howard laughs, it's like when I first got on Letterman, and Letterman laughs. There's very few people like when you...
Well, Mickey Rooney was on once. I met Mickey Rooney at a card club. You know those celebrity poker events? So it's pretty cool, those celebrity poker events, because you meet those real old guys that are cool, like Ed Asner and all these guys. So Mickey Rooney just wandering around alone before the thing, you know, about an hour before the... So I was like, oh, I'll go talk to Mickey Rooney. It'll be pretty cool. So I go over. The guy, he's old, so he talks super loud. And so as soon as he talked, like everyone looked at us, and kind of everyone in the room was hearing what he was saying. So I was just doing this. I was just about to do this show called A Minute with Stan Hooper. So he said, "Hey, what are you up to next now?" or something, you know. So like an idiot, I tell him. I don't have to tell him, right? So I go, "Oh, I'm doing a show. It's called A Minute with Stan Hooper. It's about a guy that moves from the city to the country." And he goes, "Oh, well, would you ever need an old fella on it?" You know. So I said, "Sure." You know, I'd like to have Mickey Rooney on the show. So I said, "No, sure, that'd be great." You know. He goes, "Great," and then he goes, "But he goes, I've been in the business a long time. It can't just be the two of us." So I'm like, "What?" So I'm like, "Am I having an oral contract with Mickey Rooney? Like that?" Like he thought it was just gonna be me and him, and he was telling me, "No, we got to get extra people." So crazy. He goes, "I'm 78 years, 87. He goes, "I'm 87 years experienced. I don't like to say old. I'm experienced." And then he'd say stuff you didn't know if he was joking, and then he'd get mad. He'd go, "I'm running for president." You're like, "Oh yeah, that's funny." "No, I am." You're like, "Oh." I got out. And then in his back pocket, he had this guy was married, by the way, to the hottest women of all times. You know,
who's that?
He was married to like 6 women. One of them was Rita Hayworth.
No shit.
Ava Gardner. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the biggest star of his day. Yeah.
So he'd get beautiful women.
Yeah.
So when he was old, he pulled out. He had in his back pocket. He had a magazine that he'd cut out a picture from a magazine of Farrah Fawcett Majors, like back when she was married to Lee Majors. That's how old it was. And he opened it and he showed it to me. He's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's Farrah. She's beautiful." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm gonna find her and fuck her in the brown." I'm like, "In the brown?" Like, I guess he didn't realize like how old he was or what was going. I guess in the old days, that's what he did. He go, "Ava Gardner, I'll fuck her in the brown," and he did, you know.
That's like, I guess when you're a star, that's like the VIP room. You know, you're proving something.
Yeah. I heard somebody else say that too.
The VIP room?
No. I guess like having anal sex with a woman on the first date, or it's not a date, I guess, is considered like a big.
Coming soon to Broadway, Mickey Rooney as Norm Henderson in If the World is So Big, Why Am I So Small Down There?
Are you there, God? It's me, Norm. One quick question and I'll leave you alone. Come on, damn it. Pick up the phone. Listen, big guy. I ain't one who begs, but I got a problem between my legs. The world is so big. Why am I so small down there?
You know, I don't mind if he attacks me, but in most cases, my penis cannot defend itself.
Is this what you said their neighbor was? Jim Ping?
That is my neighbor. A nice fella.
Nice guy?
Let me as abacus
I want to do
yesterday.
this. Jesus.
Oh, come on. That's not a Chinese guy.
I wasn't saying it was. That was kind of racist.
What are you, Mickey Rooney?
Hey, come on.
I know he's dead,
Have
but
a little
Mickey Rooney
respect.
did a very racist thing like you just did in a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's by the wonderful Truman Capote.
I wasn't doing anything racist, and you know it. But go ahead.
As the old refrain goes, people who need people are the luckiest people in the world. And then there's Andy Rooney.
I'd like to take a moment to talk to you about people. People are everywhere nowadays. It seems like you can't go anywhere without bumping into some people. People follow you when you're shopping, they ask you for directions, and sometimes they ask you what time it is. People never know what time it is. They have to ask you. There are over 4 billion people in the world. That's a lot of people. And I suppose most people like each other all right, but I don't. I don't like people, and I never have. I guess that makes me bad. Advertisers are always using people to help sell their products. Here's something called cornflakes. It's got a picture of some people on the box. I guess we're supposed to think, well, these people like cornflakes. I guess I will too. But I don't think that. I don't like people, and I don't like pictures of people either. There's even a magazine now about people. It's called People Magazine. This issue has a picture of some fellow's head on it. Bet that's a good article. Here's a box of letters from different people. Seems there's nothing people enjoy more than writing me letters. Here's one from Washington. This one's from Ohio. Here's one from North Dakota. This one's from Paris, Texas. Now, I don't know where Paris, Texas is, but I do know this. I'm getting pretty tired of cities in Texas naming themselves after cities in France. Here's one from Chicago. This one's from Iowa. Here's one from Iowa, too. This one's from Montana. Here's one from some place called Kansas City. Here's one from Wisconsin. This one's from Arizona. Here's one from Las Vegas. Here's one from Virginia. Oh, and here's another one from West Virginia. This one's from Indiana. I don't know where this one's from, but it's yellow and it has a big stamp on it. This one's from Colorado. Here's one from Michigan. I receive about 100 of these letters every single day. I never open them. I don't like opening them. I set fire to them. Then I pour water on the box of burning letters to put out the fire. Then I take the whole mess and I dump it out my window on the people below. People don't like that much, but I like doing it to them. I suppose that makes me bad.
We'll be back next week with another edition of 60 Minutes.
Straight to the heart. I went a long time acting like I was a broken apart by you.
And now, a few minutes with Andy.
I have quite a few bad habits, which I'm not going to talk about now because I only have a few minutes. But swearing and using dirty words is not one of my vices. I don't use foul language, and I don't like to hear anyone else use it either. It doesn't make me a wonderful person, but I like this about myself, or I wouldn't be telling you about it. You don't hear dirty words on broadcast television very often, except on cable and satellite, because 30 years ago, the Federal Communications Commission banned their use in broadcasting. It was the right thing to do, but I know what words I think are okay to use and which ones are not, and I don't need the FCC to tell me what they are. Later this year, the Supreme Court will be deciding whether some broadcasters should be fined by the FCC for the brief use of those dirty words. They call them fleeting expletives. No one has ever explained what harm dirty words do, but it's like bad manners. I mean, life is a bootstrap operation, and dirty words may not be much, but they diminish the quality of all our lives by just a little bit. I think if the Federal Communications Commission left broadcasters alone, there would be very little profanity on the air because most people just don't want it. And if listeners don't want it, broadcasters wouldn't give it to them. I was in the Army for 4 years. I know all the four-letter words. I just don't want to be reminded of them on broadcast. But I don't want a lot of government agencies trying to regulate what I can say or hear on the air either. Language is one of the best tools ever invented for anything, and English is by far the best language. We should be careful using it, though, so I'll damn well decide for myself what I can say and what I can't say.
I'm Scott Pelley. We'll be back next Sunday with another edition of 60 Minutes.